Look at me. I am the captain now. Yo. Wait, where did it? Okay, there you go. He's being ugly.
He just needed himself off the shirt.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That was weird. Yo. Graham, do not bully. What's up, Yael? What's up, Yael? Hello, YouTube. Krista. Caramel. Hello, guys. How are you guys? Got the sheepdog thing. I shampooed today, so it's just like all over my face. Read the entirety of this the new short story on stream, please. Wait, Overwatch short story? Is it good? It's Fats time? Yes. Yes. I can't believe it. We're not playing Overwatch in the start of stream, man. Like, we're not playing Overwatch at the start of stream, man. Straight out of shower, yeah. Basically, yeah. I was so kind to not share that weird picture. I thought it was funny. Pepper had the idea, so it's supposed to be weird. That's what makes it funny. Hello, Minkus. Will How Are You Enjoying for you? Any OWCS reviews? Maybe. He said maybe. He messaged me and he wanted to look at the Rhine duel, and so for him, it's going to be more along the lines of whether he's around or not. But he told me he wants me to save it. So if we don't have time today, we will do it later. So yeah. How can you see magic? Hello, Ozzy. Was thinking about you, mate. Before we get on stream, you were singing some Boston, some Fleetwood Mac. Oh, nice, Ace. Cheers. You look so secondhand embarrassed. That was the intent. Thank you. Hey, Abby. Hope you're doing well as well, mate. Let me get the stats thing pulled up here so we can start to get ready. We're just going to chill for a sec, but yeah, we'll get started relatively soon. Patch. What about the Domina coaching? Just indefinitely delayed, basically. But there's a higher chance that it will be relatively soon because of no more ranked practice. I haven't forgotten. Made a list of your support grind GM highlights. Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'd be flattered. Sure, of course. Sure. If you have a list of lowlights or highlights, go for it. One of the reasons why I applied to Boston. That's funny. That's funny. Isn't there like a connection there with like MIT as well? I think Tom Schulz was like an MIT graduate, right? Pretty sure. How do you see anything? I don't see anything. I'm just imagining the questions and answering the questions just by pure prediction alone. Tracking highlights for a short time, then it went on for so long I stopped doing it. That's all right, Sarah Lee. I'm still flattered. You could, if you have whatever highlights, you can send them to me. I've already recorded the full script for the project, basically. So I recorded it yesterday. It was like 46 minutes or something like that. Obviously, it'll be chopped down a little bit, but it's gonna be a long video. What's up, Pear? So for backing footage, you're more than welcome. Also, if you guys want to see something really funny, if you guys didn't see it in Discord, where is it? So I'm coaching yesterday, and I pull up my career profile to log in a replay code, and this is what I see. I was like, wait, is that Grandmaster 4 I see? And then I click on the notifications, and so I reached Grandmaster 4 apparently, which is really funny because somebody and several people in my Discord were like, wouldn't it have been tragic if you didn't reach Grandmaster on Tuesday, and you log in and you've just reached Grandmaster off stream? Yeah, post them in Best of Spilo. That would have sucked. That would have kind of sucked. It would have been narratively accurate, but it would have sucked. The system is so broken. I mean, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Cheaters are way more prevalent in higher ranks. Cheater compensation is a thing I don't like. I agree. I don't like cheater compensation, but it does exactly what it's supposed to. You get what you if it's supposed to work like this is how it's supposed to work. The higher rank you are, the more likely you are to run into cheaters. So, yeah, it is what it is. And it's inflationary in the fact that it affects match quality briefly. But there's definitely some outliers where it can definitely heavily affect match quality. Like I think it has a heavier effect on match quality at higher ranks though. So basically it says like the problem with this is that it's like if you get like, let's say I saw somebody got like 400% or something like that. It's like that's basically saying that every out of the 16 games that you lost to cheaters, you would have won every single one, which means that you're that's not really true, right? That's not really true. Like I'm like halfway into GM4 now. Like I'm well on my way to GM3, and that's assuming that I won all 4 or 5 of those games or whatever. I don't like the concept. Yeah, I don't like the concept. Yeah. The execution is good. The execution does exactly what it's supposed to do. It just shouldn't exist in the game. Yeah, exactly. It favors more playtime, 100%. It's RNG, favors more playtime. It's the same thing as the map system with Antarctic, right? Like the more that you picked Antarctic before they had it, the more that you would benefit from it. Now, again, there's diminishing returns because like, let's say that you get inflated from Antarctic 7 times. Like, let's say you literally played it 10 times and you lost 7 of those games and you diminish your SR loss 7 times, which is like pretty unlikely, but the map voting does compound upon itself because you will see maps that you vote for more often. But yeah, let's just say that happens. Then in theory, you're going to bump yourself up by like half a rank or a full rank, but then you're not going to really belong in that rank and then you're going to lose. But it is still like that is still affecting match quality because of that, like by like micros. And to me, I'm of the opinion that like if it's a small thing that happens on a large scale, it's evil, right? Not literally evil, but you guys, what's up, Element? I appreciate it. Hope were you guys doing like face it stuff? Thank you for the raid. But that's a great example. And then this one is kind of the opposite example where it doesn't globally affect everybody necessarily, but it will affect, well, it kind of affects a lot of people, but not that many people. But it will affect a couple of people really badly. Like people will get 450%, go shoot up to a rank that they don't belong, right? And then that's going to like really dramatically affect their match quality for like the next dozen matches. Nice. That's awesome, Volans. So like to my knowledge, the bell curve of rank ratio stays the same. Like there's not more GMs than there were prior to cheater compensation. They did make GM bigger prior to that. But that was because GM was like impossible to get compared to Overwatch 1. And so now GM, the bell curve is like normal. It's like what we associate GM with in our brain. It's like what GM is now. However, there will be temporarily off of these cheater compensation things, more GM players than they should, and then they get shoved back down again. And that just really doesn't do good things for match quality. So I've said my piece on it. I won't beat a dead horse. All this kind of crap I dislike. Thank you, Olivine. Show me one of your pets. Grim. See if he comes. Grimby. Grimby, come here. Come here. Grim, come here. Grim's coming. He came running down. It's okay. No, don't be scared. Hi. There you go. He's a very good boy. Very, very good cat. Best cat I've ever had. Best cat I've actually ever known. He's got a lot of personality, very friendly. Can be a little bit of a bully to his sister, but beyond that, it's mostly fine. Should there be no compensation at all? Yeah, no compensation at all. No compensation at all. I know it sucks, but yeah, no compensation at all. It's the same thing as lever compensation. Lever compensation should also not exist. Or if they do provide compensation, what I would prefer them to do. So like I can understand the argument of like it's from a game perspective healthy to showcase it like, yeah, frick those cheaters, man. We're not gonna let that count. Like you're not gonna do right. But like I think then it needs to be like a sense of scale needs to be like minuscule. Like you give a visible amount of SR back, like ooh, you like it's like a well, actually lever compensation is kind of a good example because it is a modifier, but you still lose SR, right? I wouldn't mind if cheater compensation had something like that. But like super diminished, like just a tiny bit less. So it would still be slightly inflationary, but it's more about the optics. I think optics are very important. Ryu, think of the sub and Mouse as well. I think optics of being like, oh look, I got the little green arrow, and it's like 5%.
Do I one trick Bastion or Hanzo?
Both aren't great. Bastion, ironically, is probably more flexible depending on the map, but it also depends on what rank. Like Hanzo is probably better in low ranks because escort hybrid swap happens a lot more often. But yeah, I talk with Gavin a lot about this. I think optics are very important. I think the ability for people to like, I told Gavin, I said, what you could do if you wanted to is you could make modifiers invisible unless you click on them. Like you could just have modifiers not show up, but you can click on them and they show. So like you still have the full transparency, but people actually have to go for it, right? I don't know. I'm of the opinion that like competitive integrity is really important, but I also understand that concept that people get really grumpy over random crap. Like I remember one of the things that the Korean, I think is it the Chinese or the Korean community consistently gives whenever we go to like Spotlight, one of the questions that the Korean and Chinese community always ask, without exception, is what's with these modifiers? Like comments, it really makes me mad when I see expected. It really makes me mad when I see reversal or whatever else like that. And whenever I hear that, I'm like, dude, are you guys stupid? Like, are you actually dumb? Like, they've been there since Overwatch 1, day one. You just didn't see them. Like, are you actually stupid? But you know what I realized? I realized that, like, yes, people are stupid. They are stupid. They are stupid. People are just dumb. They're dumb as rocks. They don't want to know. So it's like, yeah, maybe you should have the option to hide. Maybe you should, maybe they could be open if you want to know and not open if you don't. I don't know. It bothers me when that happens. It makes me rationally angry, but it just is what it is. Give them as soon as the cheater gets banned, Charles? Yeah, yeah, that's a great question. Maybe it is. It does happen in clumps. So, and I don't think the banning happens in clumps, right, Charles? You might be right. So it's more of a granular effect. Like it feels like there's fewer situations when you're like overwhelmingly at a disadvantage because somebody just got boosted a whole rank, you know? So you recently lost 100% considering how did you gain with cheaters? Well, that's a fun fact. Technically, I'm less likely to gain a SAR due to cheaters than to lose because I am not a cheater myself, right? So there's 4 players that can cheat versus 5. But yeah, that's my point, right? That's my point. So for me, if you want to be mathematical about it, I probably should have gained 60% instead of 106, slightly more than half, if you want to be fair about it. I don't know exactly how the system works, but yeah. Because even if you were to cheat, you would still struggle to win. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's a complicated system. My concern has always been from like the competitive integrity side of things. I don't like society today. Not society, but like I don't like it scares me. AI scares me. Inflationary aspects scare me. Dopamine optimization, mobile game slop. It scares me. Like immediacy of like reward. Like I don't want us to lose. Like guys, I know there's balance to that. Like I'm playing through Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 and I'm like, yeah, there's some things that just are not good. Like they've aged really poorly. Like some gritty, grimy things just aren't just good. But I think part of the fun is the struggle, and yeah, we do live in a society. Do you like how champ is more attainable or not? I think it's good from what I understand. Like, as somebody that's watched a lot of champion gameplay, coaching-wise, champion gameplay is really high level. It's just now not 20 players, you know? So, yeah, I think champion was completely broken prior to that. Same thing with GM. So, I don't know exactly what the bell curve looks like, but I think champion gameplay still looks like really, really good gameplay. So, like, I coached some champ forward play today, and I was like, yeah, this is great. This is very, very high ranked, you know? But they should incorporate pressure, right? I assume they incorporate pressure. It often looks like it doesn't, at least in those champ ranks, though, for sure, though, you know? You might be right. Algorithms are scary even more than AI. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like, algorithm is terrifying, so. But yeah. Let's look at some stats. Happy beekeeping. Wait, what is beekeeping called? It starts with an A, right? Something. It's an interesting word. Aviary? No, apiary. Yeah, apiary. Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it. Patch notes. Season 2 mid-season. Let's do this instead. Tank right now. Let's talk outliers here. I'm expecting D.Va to be weaker. No, this is not a patch. This is us going back to the patch to expect it to go, because I have not looked at statistics at all. I'm going in. From my subjective experience, if I think about Tank right now, nothing feels egregious. Queen obviously feels a tiny bit stronger, but she's still very niche. D.Va definitely feels a tiny bit weaker. She's been chipped, nerfed over and over and over again, and you definitely feel that. Winston feels okay for the most part. Malga does feel relatively strong. I will say that Roadhog also still feels relatively strong. So I'm not expecting Roadhog to be in the gutter. I expect Roadhog to be near the bottom. He always is. But I think Roadhog is like probably too strong for my taste. I hate Roadhog. I think Malga's probably a little too strong right now. But honestly, again, every time we have this conversation, I think for the last several months, I think Tank has been okay balance-wise. I think it's been okay. Hazards definitely benefit a lot from the passive, which we could talk a little bit about the role passive being like kind of difficult, because it definitely feels like as a Winston player, sure, the role passive was useful, but let's be honest, guys, that role passive got nerfed because of D.Va to a lesser extent, and definitely Hazard. It just did. So D.Va's still very strong, not much of a nerf. I think D.Va is much weaker in the vast majority of situations and ranks. And as long as she has the ability for burst damage and 3 seconds of Matrix, I think she remains strong, even though that those burst damage things have been effectively nerfed twice. Yeah, Winston to a lesser extent too. Yeah. So like, I don't know, the whole role passive thing is kind of hairy as well. I think Tank is fine. I'm like, as from a balance perspective, obviously you guys know me and my design critiques, but like, I think like balance, I don't feel like there's any like God mode Tank right now, especially since the Zarya perks have been nerfed and or repositioned around. Junker Queen doesn't feel dominating. Nothing like feels, thank you, Kaliko. Nothing really feels dominating, really, to be honest with you. So I'm fine with tank balance right now. I'm curious to see whether the stats back that up. We probably will see like Hazard, Winston, you know, the usual offenders being pretty good, but I don't think there's like any major outliers that need to be hammered. I'm worried about spoilers or no? Yeah, I am worried about spoilers, but also I'm worried about spoilers for the next 5 minutes. So just hold from spoilers for just because this will take only a few seconds. Let's actually pull up Overwatch Heroes because I know I'm stupid. I'm gonna forget somebody. Okay, so I don't think there's anybody from Tank that like I'm forgetting here, right? It's fine. Like, even Orisa feels fine if you know where to play her. I don't think Ram is broken with the new Vengeful Vortex. He's decent. He's got some checks. Balance-wise seems okay. Damage? Sarah's busted low ranks, mid ranks. Maybe not busted, but too strong. I think the same thing for Onron for sure. Imre is definitely a little bit weaker, but I still think that he's also probably a little bit overtuned for my tastes. Farah still needs to be nerfed again, I think. They nerfed her perks a little bit. They should nerf her again. The perks again. Like, it's still the must-choose perk. It's just more damage vomit, exactly. And then Vendetta is garbage, I think. But I don't think anything else is, like, too bad. Like you're still gonna have Sojourn Freya being not good, but those characters are kind of can of worms, especially at the pro level. And there was definitely pro level nerfs here. We'll talk about more about that in the support category, which I think is very interesting this season. But yeah. And then was there anything here that we missed? Yeah, no, we remembered everything. And then support's weird this season. You guys already spoiled for me that Zen is actually doing quite well. And that surprised me a little bit. Like, I wouldn't have expected him to be top 2 or 3. But it doesn't surprise me to see that he's doing okay, because a lot of his competition is bad. A lot of his competition is nerfed. You obviously, like, you're like, Juno got her wrist slapped. Jetpack Cat got wrist slapped a few seasons. Ediari got her nerfed pretty good. Bap is not real competition. Kiriko got kind of nerfed. Weaver's still, I think, really strong. Lucio got nerfed. Mizuki got shifted around a little bit in a good way, I do think. I think, yeah, Life Weaver has to be, like, really good right now. Like, really good right now. Life Weaver has to be good. I think Kiriko's probably not trash right now. I think she's probably more close to, like, mid-table. Mizuki has to still be doing quite well. I imagine Mercy's solid as well. Zen's probably quite solid. I don't know. I don't really look at any support other than BAP right now and say, oh, that support's bad. Maybe Moira. And I still feel like Ana has the exact same issues. The nade buff definitely helped, but this character desperately needs another role passive, like any of the other 2 role passives. Desperately. I don't think the BAP buff is going to be... I don't think the BAP buff to his regen burst is going to show that much in win rates. Even though it felt like more of a big buff, I just don't think it addresses his issues. So I would be surprised if we saw much. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a minor Lucio drop, because I underestimated how big that drop was, because I realized that with the duration, I think that also means that his beat decays faster. So not only do you have like an overhealth reduction, but that overhealth also just disappears faster as well. It definitely feels like another one of those situations where we're seeing a base kit get nerfed because of a perk, which we haven't seen too many times, but every single time I see it, it really hacks me off, as my dad used to say. I don't like that. It ticks me off. So it's like, yeah, not great. But yeah, cleanse on pole is huge, along with the other stuff that he's had as well. And yeah, that's mostly it. I really like the Mizuki change. I think that that's been a huge thing. It's really short. It doesn't heal very much, but it actually feels like a kind of a unique twist on a support ult, which I'm like pretty appreciative of. I think they did a good job with that. Where I upload OWCS VOD reviews? No, because I don't do them enough. I am planning on uploading the recent one to Spilo Clips, but yeah, not really. Okay, let's look at some win rates here, boys. As always, big disclaimer. Statistics needs context, so there's at least going to be a couple things that I misread in this review. That goes without saying. So we'll try to be sensitive to that, but I think there are some outliers. And obviously the exciting thing here is that we also have ban rates here, which we didn't have before. We didn't have before as well. So, okay, let's look at America first. We're going to start with Tank, and we'll start with win rate. Hazard still doing well. Again, you guys have seen these stats so many times. So you know the usual Doomfist, Rhine, Queen, Ball near the top, and then, you know, Orisa, whatever, near the bottom. Orisa's not even on here, which is strange. But you guys kind of know the typical routine. You can't see well? Okay, yeah, let me zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, maybe I need to change scene entirely. Yeah, let's do that instead. It's not optimal, but it's okay. It's not near as professional, but you guys can see the band right now. Sorry. Stats. Discussion, mid-season. Yeah, I've looked at it, Anderson. I wouldn't mind if you linked it, but for right now, this is fine. So yeah, there's no real surprises here. I think like this is. I always say that like given ban rate context, I think 54 is like my arbitrary line where I get annoyed when I see a hero in 54 for a long period of time. So yeah, that hacks me off. But I think that this looks relatively okay. Oh, there's Orisa. Weird, did I just miss her? I must have just missed her. But yeah, Diva's bad. Diva is, remember, we talked about this. Diva is deflated because a lot of low and mid-rank players do not play Diva correctly at all. They play her like a po tank, and it's like a huge problem. But I would be surprised if we don't see that this, like, she's still probably not the greatest in lower ranks. Hog has shot up. 47.6 is like pretty solid for Hog. Like that's, especially after he was like 44, 45%. What's up, Matt? So that's kind of sucky. And yeah, nothing else is really surprising here, right? Like I think like obviously they have a bit of a balance problem with Diva for sure. That's kind of tricky. I think Roadhog is too high, but everything else here is pretty reasonable here. Now, so let's look a quick look at ban rates here. We'll look at GM in a second here. By the way, this is great because we actually, it's been what, 2 weeks, over 2 weeks since the patch. So we've had plenty of time for things to settle out here. 44.5% ban rate in Zarya. People hate this character. And I agree. I really hate playing versus Zarya on any map where she's even remotely relevant. It's not that necessarily that she's like God mode. She can be in some situations for sure. I just don't enjoy the strategy. There just isn't any strategy versus this character as a support or a damage player. It's just like you don't shoot bubble and then you shoot her. It's boring. Like if you look at the rest of the roster, a lot of the characters where there is more interaction with their abilities and more counterplay, and you can actually like punish them and damage them. It's way more interesting to me. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna beat a dead horse here. Here it comes. Watch out, horse. Watch out, horse. Dominus is freaking same, man. Dominus the freaking same. I don't want to hear the context of, oh, just go speed and Ryan. She runs over. Yeah, I know. That's why she's not dominating, right? She's decent dominating, right? But I don't enjoy playing versus shield. I really don't enjoy versus a massive unbreakable shield that she could just dance around and play elsewhere. Yeah, you can break the panels if you're running the right heroes, right? I don't enjoy it. It's boring. I've talked about this for months. This is one of my initial things, and then nothing has changed. So guess what? Frick off. She deserves the high ban rate. Doomfist, we've talked about the problem with Doomfist. Roadhog, obviously, we don't need to talk about that. Diva's definitely going to have a higher ban rate and higher ranks, and everything else makes sense from here. But yeah, this is just not a surprise to me at all. It's just not a surprise to me at all. Zarya is just one of the most boring heroes to play into, as is Domina. And then Doomfist, Roadhog, for many people, are frustrating. So, lowest ban rate, Queen, because nobody ever sees her. Ryan, because generally people don't mind the matchup as much. Sigma and Winston for the exact same reasons that people just don't really mind the matchup that much. Yeah. Same thing with Orisa. Like, you'd see Orisa banned a lot more if she wasn't just egregiously bad, and her pick rate is also not that high either. Yeah, exactly. It feels bad for Domina too, Michael Myers. Jeez. If I had a dime for every single time of saying, this sucks for people playing into the character, but it also sucks as the character as well. That's bad game design. Bad hero design. And I'm speaking in harsh absolutes, but you guys understand. Okay, let's look at GM champ. No surprises here. Domina's ban rate, pick rate, like this is such a tiny thing. Don't read too much into the win rate there. At that tiny pick rate, especially in GM, like you can't read into it. Love you. I mean, she's being played in good situations. Hazard having a high ban rate and a high win rate is pretty good. Like that means he's pretty darn good, because when he's not being banned, it might be that people don't think he's a threat, and he's still doing fine. I think the same thing goes for Malga. These characters definitely look like they're doing quite well in higher ranks, because even when they're not banned, they're doing well. Hog is that's a crazy win rate for Hog. That's a crazy win rate for Hog.
What's the plan? What is the plan? What is
basically,
the
yeah.
Of your existence?
So I would say Hazard and Malga are definitely overtuned in higher ranks. Zarya also having this high of a win rate also means that she's probably overtuned in high ranks as well. But hey, where's our Diva, right? Diva has a 50% ban rate, right? So this is more along the lines of what you'd expect from a heavily banned character, where the character survives the ban and then is generally not that good. This is fine for me. Like, I think this is okay. I still think that we have a low rank, mid rank problem with the character, but like, yeah, it's reasonable. I don't necessarily think we need to, like, this is saying buff Diva or anything like that, but it's like, oh yeah. I mean, when she's not being banned, she's not as much of a threat, so she's not as good. So it's fine. But I also want to use this as fuel to be like, hey guys, Diva's not great. Like, she's not great. Like, even if she survives the ban, this character doesn't jump up 6 points in win rate if you just don't ban her on the good maps. It's just not possible. What makes Haz good in rank but doesn't translate to pro? Just the meta, the push-pull of the meta. The push-pull meta. In times where we've seen Hazard do better, it was more around Kiriko Lucio hybrid dive stuff, and that's just not what we've seen a whole lot of right now. Jetpack Cat is too good. It's more of a Jetpack Cat thing, less of a Hazard thing. Because Hazard can't do anything to Jetpack Bastion. She has a 55% win rate in console and GM champion, though. Yeah, but I to be honest with you guys, I could not possibly care less about a demographic than the high rank console community. I could not. There is not I literally would care more about bronze console players. And the reason why that's the case is because high rank console is just Zem City. They're just all cheaters and they're all Zimmers. So it's like they're going to create their own complete weirdo microcosm that is completely foreign to the entire rest of the player community. It's so when you're picking Diva, not only are you benefiting from Zemming if you have a Zem, but Diva does amazing versus those hitscan characters. I'm not blaming the console. It's not their fault. Like, I've worked with a lot of high-ranked champion console players. I don't know how they do it. I tell them that. I'm like, guys, I don't know how you keep your sanity, man. I would have quit a long time ago. So the entire meta revolves around Zemming completely. So it's not even worth looking at. Like, you have Mercy with like a 58% win rate sometimes just because of hitscan. You have Soldier with like a 57% win rate or something stupid. So it's just insane. Yeah, they're all hitscan abusers, and so Diva is just like a necessary evil there. But yeah. Let's quickly look over Europe. This is going to be an EU. Europe was a weird outlier with Diva. 70% ban rate, and she's 50%, so that's pretty reasonable here. Yeah, there's no surprises here. Doomfist really falls off in higher ranks. Ramatra's not dominating. Wrecking Ball is kind of bad, which is a little interesting. Roadhog is still decent. EU has its own little like very brawl slop stuff. Brawl slop, poke slop. Not a lot of dive being played here, but there's nothing really surprising here either. I feel like this is probably carried so much by Cloudy and Hottie. Like, I don't know how much Cloudy is playing, but Hottie's been playing a lot. But yeah. But yeah, this is all fine. We'll look at the other ranks as well in a second. Asia. This is pretty concerning. Like, ban rate's pretty high, and she's still punching that 54 number. And this is in a dive-based region, so that's kind of concerning. I don't know if there's like a little microcosm meta. Like, this is still a pretty narrowed down thing, but that's too much. That's just too much for a character that has this high of a ban rate, right? So it generally means that she's going to squeak by on maps where she's not as offensive, and then wow, okay. Diva's fine. I wouldn't read too much into this. This is still probably pretty high given her insane ban rate. But again, this is more of a dive-centric meta and more of a, they're going to be voting. I would love to see map pick rates as well, because I think Diva's going to do well in the Asia meta. Diva Winston are always a little bit better. Now, the weird news is that Winston's not very good. That is very strange. But that might just be due to some other DPS meta that we don't know about, which we'll look at in a second. So keep that in the back of your mind. What DPS is cooking in Asia? Well, let's talk about that really quick. So I'm going to cheat here. You guys ready for this one? This is I think, a problem. This is, I think, a problem. And I think this is also potentially a problem as well. Because these are characters, this character, this character, this character. This is Zarya Heaven. This is Zarya Heaven. This is Reaper is a 52% win rate. In Asia. Ashe is surprising. It's 5% pick rate. Not the big deal. So Zarya I wouldn't say that's why Zarya is cooking, but that is a small contributing factor, surely. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. All tiers. There's not as much of an outlier. Winston is obviously a bit better. Zarya is a bit better. The other thing about, like, we've talked about this with Asia before. I was actually surprised. Not surprised, but Wizard Hyung made a video about the tank protest, right? And one of the things he mentioned is something that I've been talking about for a long time, which is about how the Asia regions are just like crybabies. Like, they will just toss your game if they don't like what hero you're picking. And so this is like chronically a problem. Reinhardt, Lifeweaver, Wrecking Ball, to a lesser extent, Malgarissa, they're always going to have deflated win rates, because if you pick the wrong hero in Korea or Asia, they just throw your game. So ignore this. Like, this is deflated by like 2% by people that just actively throw your game if they don't like the tank that you're playing. Happens all the time. Way more than it does in America or Europe. I remember I used to coaching all my Asian students and even doing live coaching, and it was just obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. Can you pick my map type? No, you can't. That would be a great quality of life change. Maybe that's something I need to ask for. I don't know if they could do that, but that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah, Malga I think is fine. Like I would not look into this and be like, oh, Malga's bad. And I also wouldn't look into this and be like, oh, Doomfist is wildly OP or Winston's wildly OP by any means. It's just partly due to the meta stuff. So, and if we look at Europe, Hazard, Rhine, these are all reasonable. Yeah, nothing really out of place here. Nothing that we wouldn't surprise, nothing that we wouldn't expect. And again, Diva's struggling a little bit. But if we look at ban rate, again, people really don't like playing versus Zarya. And even Dominus lower here still has a high ban rate. You can do map types and OTICs. Okay, OWCS. Okay, good to know. Yeah, people just hate playing versus Zarya, man. And Diva, you know. So, okay. Damage time. So no real big surprises. I think this definitely says that we need to be, again, dead horse time, intelligent with how we ban, how we nerf characters like Daria and Diva, and how my little soapbox here, Domina needs a shield rework, man. She needs a shield rework. You've got a brand new character that people hate playing versus months later. This is not a recency bias thing. So, okay, we'll move on. Damage. Let's go to America again. We'll start here. Oof. Oof. Did you guys see that? Okay, so Genji, Genji's always one of the better heroes just due to his flexibility. Like he just is always, but this is like fine. This is like normal for Genji. I think Pharah as well. This is actually relatively, okay, so this is pretty good for Pharah. Like this, she probably still needs nerf on her major perk, right? But like this is much, much better, right? Much better. But the elephant in the room here is this diddly squat baby's first hit scan having a 45% ban rate and a 52.2% win rate. Second highest in the entire game. And then also next to her is baby's first dive hero that also has a 52% win rate with another high ban rate. If you're a Sierra on Ron main, please cover your ears. 3, 2, 1. These characters suck, man. Just wasted potential, garbage city. And to give Sierra one small credit, this is a character that doesn't really get inflated by ban rate, I don't think. Like especially in all tiers, like it's really hard to know like where is Sierra bad, where is Sierra good. She's just kind of like meh everywhere. But so I don't think this is necessarily like massively inflated by a bad. Like remember we talked about that with Zarya. It's like, oh, if in GM champ you could ban her on the good maps. Like I don't think that's necessarily affecting Sierra that much. So this could definitely be worse. But yeah. But yeah, tragedy. And I think Reaper is probably too high as well. Just given how accessible. And the thing about Reaper is, as we kind of demonstrated, which I'll quickly jump to that right now, is that, yeah, I knew this was going to be the case. This is Reaper, guys. This is not Tracer. This is not Pharah or Ashe. Reaper is the highest win rate character in GM Champ. I think the reason why we need the Reaper's done this, and we talked about this. We had the question about Ramattra with Vengeful Vortex base kit, and we had the question with Reaper with Dire Triggers base kit. Dire Triggers is just too good at everything. It's too good at everything. I don't know the exact mathematics. Maybe somebody in chat who's actually done the testing can help me out with this. It just helps burst damage across the board. It's not like, oh, a tool that you use in those medium to long range rings where there's like a risk reward for, like the ammo doesn't matter. Your cycle is too fast for the extra 2 shots to matter. And it's just good in close range. It just does more. And there's no delay after using it anymore. So there's no risk or reward to actually committing it, which is fine if the actual ability had more of a niche. Instead, it just makes Reaper better at long and mid ranges and better in close ranges. Why do they not want heroes to not have weaknesses? I don't think that's the intent. People throw that around a lot, but I don't think that's not the intent. I just think that's the outcome that we've had here. But yeah, this character needs to be nerfed. Dire Triggers needs to be nerfed. I think the amount of damage it does up close, it needs to arguably be weaker than a normal primary fire. Because coaching Reaper right now is really boring too. Because this whole dire triggers things is literally like me coaching Reaper play is now like, oh, you did the thing, but you didn't open with dire triggers immediately. That's probably a mistake. There's just no, yeah, it's not like the hog alt fire thing. It's just more damage, just more. So you just use it basically off of cooldown anytime that you're shooting basically anybody. So yeah, it's a travesty. So this character needs to be nerfed. I don't think he needs to be nerfed like hammered hard, because remember, Reaper is chronically good, because any character, like you're going to notice here, Genji, Onron, Reaper, Pharah, Venture, these are trade characters that get up close and are willing to get in your face and create space and maybe have high deaths per 10. So like you can't really balance around that necessarily. You see that sometimes with tanks to a lesser extent as well. That's why tanks like Doomfist have always had relatively good win rates. So Reaper is too good in higher ranks. And he's probably a little too good in lower ranks, but I'm never really concerned if I see Reaper consistently in the top 8 or 9, because that's kind of always going to be the case unless he's like an actively bad hero. So I'm going to say, yeah, Dire Triggers needs to get nerfed 100%, but I'm also going to be like, yeah, well, he's not Satan. Like it's like, it's an understand. This is like, could be a lot worse, you know? Other than that, this is pretty straightforward. Sierra Onrun are just complete abominations. Especially Sierra, because she is a more of a pokey character, which are generally overvalued in terms of their, like, pokey characters are generally not as strong for a variety of reasons. We've talked about that with double poke being worse than double brawl in a lot of maps. Is there anything else that really stands out here? Vendetta is actually Vendetta's fine right now. I think like maybe people are kind of getting in the swing of things, no pun intended. But this is pretty reasonable for a brawl character. I hate Vendetta still, but you guys know that. Emre's fine. This is fine for a poke character, especially one with a higher skill floor. Sojourn's garbage. Bastion, whatever. There's no big surprises here. Ban rate, which will have a small effect on things. Sombra, hilarious, low rank, classic moment. Onron, Vendetta, I mean, there's no surprises here. I think the real concerning thing here is that 3 out of these 4 characters are the last 3 characters that we've had released. Which obviously there is going to be a strong correlation with novelty and people not liking novelty. But you can also look at this from your subjective experience, is that I really don't like playing these characters either. So, you know, I'm immune from bias, so, or recency bias. So, is it normal that new characters have higher ban rate? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But yeah, okay. We'll look at GM real fast here. We talked about Reaper Sim. Sim's definitely an overperforming character consistently due to the pick rate, ban rate, and so on. Oh, console? Okay, you know what? I am gonna look at console for DPS because I want to see Sierra. Oh no. Eyes on the sky. Pharah, Venture. Is there anything that's really an outlier here? Why does Onron need to have 2 shifts? If you took away one of her shifts, she'd be a horrific hero. Freya, Sombra, Dumpster. Yeah, there's nothing really surprising here. Sierra win rate and GM champ, 47%. What made Sojourn that bad? She's just too high risk, high reward. She's fragile. Her ult is very skill based. Her alt fire, too much of her kit's baked into her rail. So nothing has changed. If you guys see me kind of skimming over something, they're like, wait, should we talk about this more? Feel free to ask the question. The reason why is I don't just, for those of you guys who have been around, you often kind of know the knowers, right? But I don't want to like gatekeep people that don't know the meta, the history, you know, the lore. I just don't want to beat myself up. I don't want to beat a dead horse, you know. Pharah is still quite good in higher ranks. Reaper, again. I mean, Onrun being 52.2 is crazy at this rank. And because if you look at Onrun and GM Champ in America is, I mean, 49%. People don't even play her, bro. People don't even play her. So Onron lacks counterplay. Onron lacks mechanical nuance. Onron lacks cooldown execution nuance. She is a low skill floor, low skill ceiling mobility character with very little mechanical or strategical expression. Yeah, the ban rate is really high. Yeah, people do not like playing versus Pharah. Pharah is still strong. Yeah, Pharah is still strong. That ban rate's crazy, though. Pharah majors need nerfs, man. She needs nerfs. They said the Antarctic Peninsula reduced loss didn't even affect anything? Didn't even affect what, specifically? Same crap. What made Soj bad? Everything. She's 225. Her cooldown's on a 14-15 second cooldown, so her cycles between pressure are long. She's incredibly reliant off of hitting the rail headshot. She's just all burst damage, complete glass cannon. That's it. They've done nothing with her design. And if she's even remotely viable, she just becomes instantly permanently meta in pro play. If there's not a lot of big differences between the regions, we're just going to continue to move on. Yeah, Onron obviously is still really good. If you guys want to see something really sad, check this out. Ugh. Reaper, Onron, Sierra. Ugh. Sierra, #1 pick rate, #1 ban rate in bronze. And people still banning Sombra. Thank you, Bard. I appreciate it. Current game balance sucks. I don't agree. I think we've seen very little massive win rate correlate. Like, even if you factor in ban rate, there's only been a couple of outliers that have looked pretty ugly. It's better than it's been in a long time. Objectively. I mean, we're talking about like peak Sigma, peak Vendetta, peak Idiari, like it's even just release of season 1, right? It's objectively better than it's been since like last summer. Yeah. Nothing is egregiously bad. Even Diva, right? Like Diva had like a relatively okay win rate, but if you factor in her ban rate and her performance in high ranks, she was a demon, right? But it's not so bad. I wish balance patches were monthly. I mean, they are. It's been 2 weeks, guys. It's been 2 weeks, right? It's been 16 days. You know, we're getting them like every 3 or 4 weeks, pretty consistently. You know, so I think they made Sierra for silver players. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've already talked about the mistake with that in my Sierra critique. You guys can check that out. But what is the highest win rate of all time? The highest that I've seen in all ranks, I think, was 59% with either Wu Yang or Vendetta release. Maybe chat can remember. And the highest I've seen in high ranks is like 61. I want to say it was Sigma when he initially got buffed to his 62. It was 61 or 62 briefly for Sigma in high ranks. Malgo is 62 in release. That's ridiculous. But yeah, release Vendetta maybe was really high. Freya was really bad for a long time. And then she climbed all the way up to like 55, 56, especially in high ranks. No, Freya was not even close. Freya was too hard, skill floor wise. Yeah, Sigma the Sigma one was killing me, dude. Sigma was a great example of like complete nonsense. I've talked about this before. I'll make it really quick. But when they initially buffed Sigma's breakpoints, his damage or whatever, briefly for like a week, and then he was like 61 or 62% in GM champ, and he was like 58. He had a higher win rate than Vendetta did, and then they hot fixed it like a week later or like 4 days later or something like that. And people were tweaking that Sigma got nerfed, but not Zarya Diva, even though even in GM Champion, Zarya Diva's win rate was like 6% lower. People were absolute morons.
On release?
Dude, Sigma was the complete server admin. And by the way, Sigma is way more map situational than a character like Diva. And arguably, well, it's about the same with Zarya. But anyway, we'll move on. Juno was pretty good. Yeah, Juno, I don't know what Juno was, but I would have guessed like mid-50s. But yeah. Supports are always better than you think, but they're just not as obvious. Yeah. Tank time? But yeah, I think the takeaways here that like for damage, is that I think that like Pharah perks still need nerfs. I think base kit she's probably fine, but like she still does too much damage. Honra and Sierra are just balance abominations. They do not perform in higher ranks, but they're oppressive in lower ranks. Reaper Dire Triggers needs a bit of a nerf for sure. And then we still have the same problems of like, you know, some of these characters down here just feel so difficult to know what to do with, which, you know, we've talked about that. But yeah, that's mostly it. But better than last week. Better than last one. The DPS balance, I think, is better than the opening of Season 2 for sure. For sure. And then I think ban rates, you can still see like the same stuff, you know. Win rate support. Zenyatta, 53.2%. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. All of his competition has been nerfed. Basically all of his competition has been nerfed. He's been decent for some time. They buffed Discord for some reason, and then they nerfed his competition. And we've already kind of talked about this before, but Zenyatta is consistently an overperforming DPS because active DPS are OP, passive supports are OP, poke supports are OP, because that's the way the meta works. The way to control the map with the DPS, poke in the back of support. That's the way the game works for the vast majority of ranks. We shouldn't. I wish it wouldn't, but it's how it does. So supports that are able to get passive value are really strong up until you get to like Masters GM. That's why Wu Yang's good. That's why Zen's good, and so on. Mizuki, Mercy, and so on. Nothing really egregiously surprising here. EDRA feels like way more in the proper spot. Jetpack Cat. I mean, this looks good. Like even Kiriko, this is okay. Like this is okay for Kiriko. This is okay for Kiriko. And as predicted, Baptiste is just, no, not great. But yeah, the real interesting one is when we look, I think more so than almost any other role, is you do have to look at Master GM, because I think the difference in play style with support like really becomes apparent in Master's GM compared to any other role, I think. Ban rate, I mean, it's going to be Cat and maybe Ana for the Roadhog Malga slop. But yeah, this looks okay to me, to be frank, like from this perspective. We'll go into the more granular stuff at the other ranks here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you know what? Actually, great shout. You're right. I totally did forget about Lucio. Lucio is definitely weaker, and that saddens me. Lucio should never be this low, I think. Lucio is also a support that does okay, but that's annoying. How is Cat this low? Cat's not that good. Cat's not that good. Ever since they repositioned the claw perk and so much of the character's value is around repositioning people, Cat's not that good. Cat is just not that good. So yeah, this is all, but minus Lucio being down here, this kind of saddens me. But everything else looks pretty reasonable. I still would love Ana to be higher, man. Like it frustrates me that Ana has been basically thrown into like the Sojourn jail or the Cassidy jail or the Sigma, not Sigma, Orisa jail, like where she's just like chronically underperforming because she just doesn't belong. No, Ryan's decent, at least at most ranks, but like she just kind of gets thrown in there like she's just another like cancer support. And unless you're a Roadhog or a Malga player, and I understand that Nate is not, but like I don't know, this bothers me. She's not everyone's favorite support, like something like a Lucio for sure. But like I just it selfishly, yes, but also non-selfishly, she just doesn't belong down here, man. She just does not belong down here, especially because a lot of her value is more pokey. So that she should be competing more with Zen, Wu Yang, Mizuki for that type of slow style, and it just doesn't work. I just disagree. I don't think Ana's oppressive versus tanks in ranked. I think Ana's oppressive versus certain tanks in ranked, but not oppressive versus tanks in ranked. And with Ana, the cooldowns are risk reward. There is risk and reward out of being that. So I disagree. I'm not saying I disagree completely. I understand that Nade does feel like it's a gatekeep thing, but yeah. Okay, this is the moment of truth here. Let's go back to America, and this is what I'm really interested in, is this. And this is crazy. Zen's doing quite well in GM Champ. That's pretty, again, competition's nerf. EDR is still good. Poke's slop is still good. Weaver's quite good, which is interesting. Ana's still bad. Mizuki's maybe not as good. Let's keep skimming around here. Interesting. Oof, still strong, man. This character's still strong. Passive poke playstyle. I don't even think that they slapped her on the wrist. I think the projectile size was a pretty decent nerf. Pretty decent nerf. Why is Mizu so low? Well, because you have to lean more into the angling playstyle. And when you're playing at higher ranks. And he doesn't always bring... He's a little too limiting in that front. So... Life Weaver is a lot worse, but I'm not going to care about... I basically, like I already said with Asia, anything in this tier for Asia is irrelevant for me. It's irrelevant. I ignore it because they're going to just throw if you're not playing the right hero. So yeah, we're going to ignore that. And that will, and by the way, that will boost other supports. So like, yeah, these pick rates are really low, but like if you think that like a good 10% of these games are thrown, that just inflates everything up here by a little bit, you know? So just keep that in mind. Yeah, 60% ban rate in Jetpack Cat, man. They don't like that Bastion crap. And then Lucia's doing pretty good. Lucia's in EU. So I think Life Weaver is not as bad as I was fearing. From the way people were talking to me, I thought that Life Weaver would be just broken. But he's good. He's all right. But yeah, the EDRA the nerf definitely affected her a lot. Maybe they can nerf it again, but yeah, so 55.4, right? So it's dropped it a few percentage points. And she's also not getting banned a whole lot either, so seems okay. Seems okay. Ana just hurts me. It's weird to see Wu Yang so low as well. Weird. Yeah, Kiriko seems okay. Briggs and yeah. Actually, okay, so I was way more interested in support than any other role today, guys, frankly. And support seems like the most nothing burger of the roles. Most nothing burger of the roles. I was expecting a lot more spice around Life Weaver's placement, you know, or something along those lines, but not really. Mizuki is fine. He's not great in higher ranks, but he's fine. He's fine. Briggs aren't meta. You can't, I mean, look at the pick rate is like, I mean, look at the 6th pick rate. This is not meta, right? It just means that when she's being played probably pretty appropriately. And I also do think that Brigitte is kind of an undervalued hero. I think she does pretty well most of the times. She just dies a lot sometimes. Kyria is slowly climbing the ranks, and means her changes despite the complaints are the right step. I mean, I don't think that what they've been doing with Kiriko has been bad. I would have liked these kind of changes and looking into some of the things they've done a long time ago. But yeah, I agree. Like, it definitely feels like we're starting to, like, she's decent in GM champ. Now, like 49% is decent, and she's definitely not 49% in all ranks, right? So it's like, okay. Brawl outperforms in you. Yeah. There's a lot of context here that we obviously need to go. So we're just mostly looking for crazy outliers and thinking about that. So you think they'll nerf Kiriko again next season? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think we will see probably, if anything, some tweaks to Kiriko. Maybe technically they're nerfs, like the intangibility thing that we talked about. But people have already stopped talking about the Kiriko HPS for the most part. People have already forgotten about it. So. If Rig is 6th pick and Lucy's not good right now, what is main support playing? What do you mean? What do you mean main support? Talk about scrims? People are still playing Lucy in scrims. Or they're doing double flex hybrids or whatever else. Like, this is ranked. You play what you want in ranked. It doesn't matter. Main support is we need to stop using that term. That is a 10-year-old term, basically. Yeah. Just play what you want. Yeah. Just play what you want. You got characters that can all take all sorts of angles. Speed boost from Juno, speed boost from Lucio. You know, some comps that don't even want speed boost. All the quote-unquote main support players all have like Wu Yang and Life Weaver and Juno in their hero pool. Everyone's playing everything. And Jetpack Cat, no, it just doesn't matter anymore. Just play what you want, really. Yeah. Do not play what you want. But yeah, kind of a nothing burger stats thing. The damage is still like probably the most concerning role. Like Onron, Sierra are just criminal, and Reaper probably needs to be nerfed with dire triggers. There's like a lot of little things that definitely need to be cleaned up. But from a balanced, exclusive perspective, it's okay. It's better. I think we're moving in the right direction, which is nice. The problem is that we're moving. My spiel is that I feel like we're moving in the right direction balance-wise compared to what was happening over the fall and winter, which was really bad. But I still feel like we're just like releasing heroes that just aren't that interesting to play and are just not that fun to play against. You know, like we still have Roadhog is still too good. You know, like we still have Sierra, we still have Onron every other game, or Reaper every other game. Pharah's major perks are still broken. You know, stuff like that. It's just still like, you know. So I'm still a little annoyed about that. But from a balance perspective, I don't feel like there's any Thanos heroes right now. Not even if you get the GM champ, those Thanos heroes are like much less of a problem than they have been in the past. Like this is the closest thing I think we have to Thanos hero right now is Reaper in GM. Is too strong, or Pharah in GM, you know, or maybe Hazard or something along those lines, or map situational Zarya is you know, something like that. I don't think they've announced what the next role or the role of the next hero is. I don't know if they have. Hazard is Thanos in my eyes. Well, yeah, I mean Hazard is pretty good in high ranks. I mean he's one of the closest heroes that we have to but even then it's and Hazard also as well is very difficult to ban out because his map performance is pretty even. Like he's definitely better on verticality maps, but he's not like he can handle flat maps okay too. So like the fact that, you know, his ban rate is high and his win rate is still good, it's really hard to ban Hazard out. Like he's going to be playable in most situations regardless. So were you surprised they didn't announce any of the hero OWCS? I was. Like, how long do we have? I mean, it's going to be a seasonal release, right? When's the next season? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Guzzle. What are you talking about, Seth? June 16th? Yeah, that's not long, man. Has to be next week, right? Has to be next week. What do you think of the Tokyo map? I actually didn't get to playtest the Tokyo map. I've seen a lot of early alpha design of it, and I saw the recent iteration of it back at Spotlight. But I didn't get to playtest it because it was they screwed up the map pool for the playtesting, and then they fixed it. But at that point, I was already giving feedback, so I didn't get a chance to play it. Oh, the hydrate command. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at multi-chat so I can see YouTube chat, but the Twitch commands don't go to multi-chat. But yeah, Tokyo seemed okay, but I had literally just a surface level look at it. I did not even get a chance to study it, much less even play it. Female hit skin DPS, okay. Too much long? My list of gripes with Onron left click. Yeah. Yeah, Onron is a deserved guilty pleasure for a lot of people that I've worked with and a lot of my friends, and I get it. I 100% get it, but she comes with some serious baggage, man. YouTube chat mention, what's up, Bagman? Consistent 3 lanes throughout, okay. Finding this season's patch real rough on tanks. Well, I'm trying to think. What would make it be tough on tanks? I'm alright, get down! Get down! Hey! Get down, get down. Maybe the fact that Zen's a little better, you know, that could be the case. Maybe certain tanks, Reaper can be a bit problematic. Sierra spam, yep, that's a good shout. Sierra is very toxic to a lot of tanks, depending on your rank. That's true. Sierra is super bad. I don't see a ton of Bastion, though. Not any more than in previous seasons. But yeah, Reaper Sierra is definitely on the uptick. Dude, Sierra is so cancer to play into his tank sometimes. What has changed aside from support buffs, spam, and perks going to base? Because a lot of things have changed. A lot of things. Like, if we think back, I mean, like, Diva's been nerfed. Roll passives have been kind of nerfed. Roadhog got nerfed. I mean, he's got buff compensation, but he definitely is weaker than he was before. Domina got nerfed a little bit. Sigma got nerfed a little bit. Bastion's nade perk got hammered. Emre got nerfed. Ash range got nerfed. Onron got buffed. Reaper got buffed. Vendetta got nerfed hard. Pharah got buffed and then nerfed compensation, but she's still stronger. Zero got buffed and released. Ana's about the same. Zen got slightly buffed. Lusu got nerfed. Kiriko's slightly nerfed, about the same. Probably about the same. I'll say about the same. Yeah. style tank the GM content, surely? Maybe. Way closer to being fine than most problem characters? No. No. The problem with Onron hate is that she's super visible right now. The problem with Onron hate is that she's under-hated. People look at her like, oh, she's not a dive character. She's not an honest dive character. She's not. I'm trying to think of like what's a good analogy. It'd be like saying Diva's an honest dive hero. You know, it's like there's the appearance of being honest, but not really. You know? Yeah, it's just a Rivals dive hero. You plug and play the same rotation over and over again. And she has such a low skill ceiling, so like you just hit a wall around GM. Is Vendetta more honest than Onron? No. No. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm speaking relative. Onron takes skill to play. Of course, every character in the game takes skill to play, but relative to what you'd expect, no. That's kind of the thing here. Like, it's so much easier to get value out of Onron than some of the other dive characters, and there's so much less that you can do at the highest level. She's not that hard to get to be fine, as opposed to Hog. People just don't know what to do with them. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't put Onron in Hog Widow tier. Yeah, for sure. But also, I don't think anybody would even argue that Hog Widow, for the most part, are problematic, you know? Whereas Onron, it's more of an important thing to kind of highlight, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, like, congratulations, like, you know, this guy is not an Austrian painter, but it's still pretty darn bad. Diva players liars? No. But do you think all the new heroes take relatively low skill compared to the older cast? I think all of the new heroes have lower skill floors, with the exception of Emre and maybe Domina. Actually, I don't know. I think my problem with the new heroes is that there's actually a couple of heroes with like pretty high skill floors. I think Domina has a pretty high skill floor. Like, the shield's annoying, but like you actually kind of have to have pretty good aim and cooldown management to get value out of her. Same thing goes with Emre to a lesser extent. Jetpack Cat as well, pretty low, pretty high skill floor as well. Really easy to feed with this character. The problem that I have is less to do with the skill floor, because I think it's okay to have low skill floor characters. I think it's fine. The problem is that we've had all of the characters, without exception, have low skill ceilings. Without exception. Domina could have a high skill ceiling if her shield functioned differently. Emre could have a high skill ceiling if his kit functioned differently. Jetpack Cat, I mean, Jetpack Cat's kind of unfair. I don't think I would change too much around Jetpack Cat, maybe. Like, that one feels like more. But, like, all of the new characters have low skill ceilings. The last time that we've had a high skill ceiling character was, you guys are not going to love this, Hazard. Even arguably Wing has, like, I think Wing is kind of borderline. Wing, I wouldn't say is a high skill ceiling, but Wing doesn't have a low skill ceiling because his aim is really, really unique and demands a lot of multitasking. But even like a character like Freya, her whole like positioning gimmick is just too easy. Like, there's not a lot of nuance to her positioning compared to what you might think. She's just kind of another poke slop hero, right? It's very difficult to get her mechanics, but like when your character is just a mechanical check, I just don't count them as having the highest skill ceiling in the game necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think her aim is very challenging, but it's so freaking one-dimensional, you know? Yes, Hazard has a very high skill ceiling. Yes, objectively true. You can watch, like, and this is not even arguable, because you can go the difference between Hazard players at the professional level is unreal. What certain teams could have gotten away with over since he's been released compared to like the average professional Hazard player. There's just such a gap. It's like having proper on Tracer. You have X on Hazard, oh, you can just make him work anywhere, or you can make him work in situations other teams can't. And there's just not a lot of heroes that have that since that release. I'm not saying that Hazard, all aspects of Hazard are fun, but the skill ceiling is objectively there. Leap, slash, but shotgun isn't hard. I mean, you're just objectively wrong. And acting as if that's the only thing that Hazard has to play with is just completely dead wrong. Yeah, I mean, you could disagree, but you're wrong. You're wrong. As somebody that's been like very familiar with the way that the pro meta has worked at that level, Hazard has been like more defining as a hero than as a skill ceiling than almost any other tank, I think. Winston's technically has that skill ceiling as well, Ball. There was some brief ball moments where like having that ball player was a big deal. Yeah, but Hazard frequently has been like, if you've had that guy, you could make him work. You could make him work. Yeah, for sure. But Hazard is a skill ceiling. It's like there's a lot of ways to squeeze value out of Hazard. So, but Sigma, yes and no for sure. Now, there's definitely Sigma has a good skill ceiling too. I think the problem with Sigma is that he there's less value to get out of that ceiling because he's still so map situational. So even if you have a freak of nature, Ball, Doom, Diva, Sig, even Malga are all higher. No, Malga does not have a higher skill ceiling than Hazard. I think Malga has an underrated skill ceiling, but no. No. And I think Hazard also has a higher skill ceiling than Sigma as well. A like reasonable skill ceiling because again, we could sit here all day long and be like, you could technically have perfect aim with Widowmaker, right? But there's just many more ways. So how does Hazard ceiling compare to Tracer? It's a full tier below. Full tier below. I would say Tracer, Ball, definitely in the top. You could probably put Hazard at like A minus skill ceiling, B skill ceiling, high B, something like that. Lucius probably a little higher than Hazard or equal or par to Hazard. I think something like that. Zen, no. Zen doesn't have that high of a skill ceiling. I'd say like Ball, Tracer, and then maybe like Winston-ish, and then like right below Winston is Hazard. We've already done this before, though. We've already done this tier list before. So I'd say Hazard probably has like a comparable skill ceiling to like something like a maybe like a Soj, where it's like, yeah, it's aim reliance, but a lot of it's more positional too. Or maybe a Sombra-ish. Maybe. Or something like that. Or Wu Yang. Maybe it's close, a little higher than Wu Yang, I think. But yeah. But yeah, long story short, the initial point I was trying to make is my concern has been that we haven't had a really high skill ceiling release since Hazard. And if you want to argue that as Hazard isn't an S tier skill ceiling, I wouldn't argue with you. I don't think we have very many of those in the game. But then if we stretch back even further, like I don't think that we've had a high skill ceiling. I think Kiriko maybe is comparable to Hazard. Oh man, you guys aren't gonna like that take. Skill ceiling wise, I do think Kiriko is really high. Annoying, but I do think Kiriko's skill ceiling is again objectively really high, especially at the professional level. So it just is. I look at Hazard and Kiriko as similar. People are going to be like, no, they're so easy to play. You just do this. And I'm like, well, yeah, you go try that. You go do that. You know, like at the professional level, especially, the difference between having an elite level Kiriko and Hazard and having even a good one is like pretty important. So. And again, like I said, this is demonstrably true given what professional meta is at that point in time. What makes Kiriko so high? Like, you can do a lot with her mechanically. A lot of it is also prediction and proactivity and just being so fast with knowing when and how to position yourself and use your Suzu. There's a huge value ceiling of what you can do with your Suzu and your movement if you can do it correctly. There's just so much it's just an incredibly important, like entire metas revolve around what you can do with that character's movement. I don't think you can autopilot with Hazard or Kiriko. I challenge, even with Hazard's overtuned state right now, I challenge y'all that think that Hazard is really, really low skill floor even. Even in his strong state right now, go pick up Hazard. Play him for a dozen games. See how it goes. I think if you have good mechanics and good game sense, I think you can make it work, but I don't think it'd be as easy as you think. Same thing happens with support players complaining about how easy Kiriko is. Go give it a shot. Go give it a shot. Tell me what you think. Look what happened with Toronto with swapping Kirikos. Right, exactly. So, and I wouldn't even say RuPaul is an S tier Kiriko either. I think he's fine, but he's no Landon, you know. So, anyway. You think the current dev team is even capable of making another Tracer Genji? I mean, guys, the original Overwatch 1 development team, the one that put Symmetra in the support category, had released Torbjorn and released Roadhog and released Widowmaker, created Tracer Genji and Winston. I think it's possible. You know what I'm saying? I think it's possible. I think it's possible. But yeah. You know, sometimes you don't know how good it is, and sometimes just luck happens, you know, so. And Lucio, yeah. Although I think release Lucio was much worse. But anyway. Wu Yang, Juno, Hazard, our heroes. Yeah, I like Wu Yang, Juno, Hazard a lot too. I think Juno is a good example of a character that has a relatively low skill ceiling, but has a decent skill floor. Like, there's plenty of ways of skill expression that you can do with the character, all right. And I enjoy playing her a lot because there's a lot of things you can do. So, yeah. For me, I'm like, I don't mind if characters have low skill floors, if there's like different ways you can squeeze value of the kit and they're not egregiously bad. Like, I also don't think there's anything wrong with having a low skill floor, low skill ceiling character if the character has like interesting choices and isn't obnoxious to play into. You know, characters like Ryan. Yeah, I know I made somebody mad with that, but that is objectively true. Low skill floor, low skill ceiling, or medium at most skill ceiling. But Juno is another one, right? But when we've had nothing but low skill ceilings for quite some time, I would have liked something to mix it up. It's not hard to create something with a high skill floor. It's just dangerous to do it when returning plays. Right, exactly. I've always been a big fan of low skill floor, high skill ceiling as a concept. So anyway, Hottie is not here. So if you guys want, we could look at some OWCS POVs, but I need y'all's help. So if you look at 1 or 2 POVs, I'm down to do that. But I don't know what to look at because I didn't watch any of the matches. Is there any like hero or match you guys want me to look at? I'm not looking at matches. I want to look at POVs, like player POVs from a specific match. Do you guys have any requests? I want like cool heroes or funny swaps or something like that if possible. Mizuki? Yeah, Mizuki might be a good one. May or Soldier. Yeah, maybe May, maybe Mizuki. I know Ryan. Ryan's getting the blacklist. I told Hottie that I would save Ryan for him. No Ryan. Maybe Moira? I'll let y'all vote for it. Nominate some, and then we'll see what we can do. Let me get the. No finals. We already watched the finals. Please don't make us watch Moira. I mean, are you not at least interested somewhat? Maybe we'll skim around. You guys are all over the place. No, there's no consensus here. So Doom from Zeta TM was pretty good. That might be fun. We'll skim around. Tell you what. Give me some maps to look at or matches, and I will skim around. I'll make the final call here. I won't put the pressure on you guys. It's very kind of me. Sorry, I'm installing here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Chat, where are the replay codes posted before they were wiped? Is it on the, what is the freaking Commander X website? What is it called? OW, not TIX. OWTV, right. Watch. Matches. Okay. Global. Wait, no. Champions Clash. Tournaments. No, like past. Okay, past. Champions Clash. Okay, any of these ring a ding bell? I don't know why I went all like Flanders on you guys, but Weibo and VP. Zeta versus TM. People keep saying Zeta versus TM. Maybe we need to watch Zeta versus TM. Okay. All right, where's the replay code? Where's the replay code? I haven't used this website in a long time. Is there a sheet for this? Yeah, yeah, codes got white, but I have OPR. Okay, so thank you. I have OPR, boys. Zeta versus SSG, Zeta versus TM, double limb brackets. That would be map 2. This might work. Holy flex. I mean, it's not a flex. I don't know how I freaking got OPR access, but I will take it. I think we got it. Boys. We got it. Give me a second to get this sorted. Change. OPR is old versions of itself. So after replay wipes, you can go back and watch. Give me a second to get something. 1 sec. It's hot as cheese, man. I'll tell you what. It's hot as cheese. What time is it? I got it! Oh, man. Thank you for the sub. Who subbed? Golden, thank you for the sub, dude. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, so I think we're looking at Doomfist, right? So yeah, shout out to Blizzard being willing, sharing a OPR account on a short notice as well. So very, very generous. Cactus Puppy helped me out with that a lot. So shout out to Cactus Puppy for that. Hey, Gavin? I have a question for Cactus Puppy. I was told to change nothing about the account, but surely I can change the hotkeys for skipping forward and backward and pause, right? Like if I only do replay controls, like that's fine, surely, right? Because otherwise this is going to be really annoying. If you can ask that, that would be great, because this is going to be really obnoxious if I can't. Go full screen. You can probably change them back, to be fair. Yeah, but I'm trying to follow the letter of the law here. I'm trying to be... They were nice enough to give me... I can do this. This is fine, because that won't carry over. But I'm trying to be trying to be respectful here. If they're going to be nice enough to give me an account, I'm going to make sure that I'm being respectful here. We can make it work. I mean, we can make it work, but... I figured, Gavin, but I just... I'd rather play it safe. Yeah, no, I know I'm reading it, Gavin, but there's just a little bit of ambiguity there, so I wanted to make doubly sure. Okay. Sensitivity is also a little high, so well, I don't want to change that either, so we'll just leave it. He does not understand that all things are permissible. Okay, let's do our settings check here. Don't need this. Increases that, decreases that. Spectate, toggle, pause, space. Oh, they already have space bar. That's weird. That's usually control P. So somebody's been using this. Somebody's been using this. Okay. Zeta versus TM time. Well, let's go. I wish to goodness we had this on Tuesday, but beggars can't be choosers. And hey, better late than never. I'm very, very thankful that we even had this at all. So shout out to Cactus Puppy and Blizzard. Thank you guys. Let's take a look here. Is this a little too quiet? Maybe we could turn up just a tad bit. We're mainly looking at Doomfist here, but we can look at a little bit of how's the volume for y'all? Can you guys hear a little bit? It should be quiet, but you should be able to hear it pretty well. I think I'm just going to skip first fight because, like I said, first fight cheese. First fight's just like this point is so open, people run all sorts of stuff. It's good. Okay. Watch Mizuki. We can, but I think Mizuki is probably going to be one of the less interesting heroes to look at because I'm telling you, he's just anti-diva. He just kind of heal bots and anti-diva, in compositions when you're not really moving. We can look at Mizuki for a fight though, if you guys want. You see what I'm saying? Especially versus the sim stuff, just to catch the engage, that's a huge mistake. He needs to not miss that. Freaking Violet, man. What the frick he was trying to root there. OWCS codes are public, but they got wiped. What's not public is the ability to go back in time and watch it after the wipe. Anybody could have watched this code before the code's wiped. What annoys me is the fact that this is another replay viewer moment. This is a classic thing is that the code wipes frequently happen 2 days after tournaments for some reason. Just like the way that timings are happen. So Gavin, I'm not even sure that's necessarily... I know that they're played on a separate server, but I'm actually quite sure that those codes do work on your computer before the codes get wiped. So the reason why I can do this is because I'm playing on an old version of the game before it got wiped. You kind of see what I'm saying? It used to be that way, but I actually think everybody can have access to the codes. The problem is that you have 2 days to look at them, which is kind of annoying.
This is what we call a pro gamer move.
Yeah, exactly. But you are right, Gavin, that for a while that was the case. Oh, come on. You see, there's nothing really special here. Like, we're just kind of sitting on point, poking, heal botting, holding a side angle a little bit, and then just, yeah. Wish there was an Overwatch replay viewer. Yeah, it's probably a lot of resources, to be fair. So. Yo, dude, thank you for the gifted subs. Holy crap. I'm just not gonna be allowed to make British jokes anymore. Violet. I appreciate that, Red. Thank you, mate. Honestly, dude, British jokes also get old. It's like the French being like cowards. It's not even like historically true. It's just not funny anymore. So I'm of the opinion that if I could insult you by being British, I would, but it's more of an intellectual choice not to, if that makes sense. All right, where's the Doomfist here? Okay, here we go. Doomfist time. Why Doomfist? You guys want to guess? Why Doomfist? A couple of reasons why. Besides the hero strength, I'm sure he's just good at Doomfist. Yeah, I mean, Doomfist is pretty good versus this matchup. Pretty low damage, not a lot of crazy angles. No Tracer, for example. Tracer immediately would suck. He's got a good matchup versus Symmetra. Really, really disruptive on teleports. And crucially, do you guys remember the people say the problem with Doomfist? What's the problem with Doomfist, guys? AoE value is too good. Well, guess what's happening right now? Especially with these Symmetra 5-man rotates, there's not a lot of angle pressure. At least the angle pressure is brief. It's not consistent. So you can get 4-man slams, 3-man punches, 3-man ults, right? There's no Tracer tickling your butt cheeks, you know? There's nothing on, there's no pocketed Sojourn on the high ground that's just going to pocket right through it, right? So you've seen it on first fight, which is kind of new to the map design, but even on the more points here, TM's not going to be going for crazy wide splits, right? Now you still have the same problem of his ult's kind of whatever, right? Not the best layering ult, not the best ult in the game. But also Diva Bomb's not that good either. So yeah, he's looking for AoE cleave. He's looking to punish teleports. And yeah, that's basically it. So. And you notice that this is where Doomfist sucks. Like right here. I need to just have toggle overlay here on spectate toggle overlay is R. This is where Doomfist sucks right here. This kind of crap right here. Like Doomfist is like, yeah, you could dive that, then it slides away and gets pocketed, and he loses so much HP doing that compared to other tanks, compared to other dive tanks specifically. So the Doomfist swap is actually pretty good. Oh, Astro gets fricked. AoE, Prama Doomfist. Prama Doomfist. Prama Doomfist. Problem with Doomfist, ladies and gentlemen. No other tank could have taken that engagement, done that much damage, and taken that little damage, especially versus these heroes. Is Hazard too low AoE damage to justify here? Yeah. He's too low AoE damage. Yes, exactly. Is this 6? Doesn't feel like 6. Doomfist has the most cleave and has the mobility to do it as well. Being able to dislodge, it's not just the cleave, it's also the fact that you knock people off of their teleport, right? Like, you move them. It's not just the AoE, it's also the movement, too. Like, right here. If he hits that punch, that really screws up the teleport timing for this right here. So he misses it. They did a good job, and then they did a great job booping him there. And then now they teleport. You notice that? So that was well done by TM. Fine. He's only going this deep because of Kitsu, so that's really well done. It's a pretty good kite from TM, but a kill's a kill, so that's nice. You know, chat, we might actually see Slam Slow picked here. We might actually, like, looking at this composition, he doesn't really need to eat the projectiles or the CC. There's not a lot of crazy burst damage. Quartz is not likely. I mean, even a burst rail isn't that much compared to something like a Hanzo. Or a Zen or an Ana could do. So we might actually see Slime Slow here. There's a chance. But yeah, very rare to see Doomfist. Oh, that's a bit of an overextension. He's just going to take it and bail. Chooses the punch for ammo perk. Take that, Doomfist mains. There's the punish on the teleport. He gets it just in time. His punch is also kind of looking to expire soon, so that's perfect. Really screws up that rotation. Problem with Doomfist, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of follow-up there, unfortunate, but that's still worth it. Plays a little bit more passively because they're committing with Noon, which is not that powerful of an ultimate, so he needs to be very patient. He needs to get off here. He needs to get out. He needs to get out. Yeah, he needed to bail. That's double support ult being used from TM here. Like Semwall, basically a support ult, right? Like, you're just not going to get a kill here. Your team is giving up the point. Totally fine. It's actually really well done. This is actually not good from TM whatsoever. Like, this is double support ult to flip the point. It's like, ooh, I don't know if that's worth, boys. Like, maybe one of those would have been fine, but two, no. So if Milgaru, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He needed to live here. He needed to disengage a lot sooner. And what that probably looks like is just blocking sooner. Like, by the time he blocks, he's lost so much HP. So, also, where's the Suzu? Was it already used? I think it was already used. Did it need to be used? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because the Suzu High Noon teleport is the reason why they got double support ult. So it's like, it's hindsight to say, oh, they should have had Suzu there, because if they don't Suzu there, maybe that doesn't work, and then we don't get double support ult. So, yeah, that's on the Doomfist. Remember they play Reaper with Soul Globes too? Fair point. Fair point. I had a conversation with a champ Doomfist player today, and he's like, man, that Reaper Wraith perk has to be one of the strongest minor perks in the game. I hate playing that thing. It's so difficult. I was like, you're telling me, man. Reaper players, man. Ridiculous. Milgaru? Okay. What is Violet? I'm sorry. I don't want to make this all about Violet, but what is he doing? So they're holding space as they disengage. Okay, never mind. This isn't earned to death. Never mind. Okay, okay. He got stuck disengaging space, but that also is why they got the trade on Yubi, so that's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Seriously, it's fine. That's an earned to death. Oh, that sucks. They've already lost somebody. What does he do? He doesn't want to commit. It's too far. Versus two people, certainly. It's too far. Man, they're just punching right through that empowered punch. They just do not care. They just don't care. Dodge the boop the punch, whatever else. Do 350 damage to him. We don't care. Why doesn't it say the teams? It's just the replay viewer doesn't show it. I should have just went across the pond instead of punching straight through point. Yeah, probably, Jack. That's a good shout. Yeah. What were they using that Reaper short TP cooldown for? I was always finding it wasn't useful because it couldn't TP far away at all and went just good call. Basically, it was such a fast TP and they got it so quickly, you could go in and out with both Wraith and Teleport. It was like, it wasn't as consistent as Wraith, but you could go in and out like really, really fast. It could be really unpredictable. You are right, though, that on a lot of maps, the longer Teleport was better. On some maps in ranked, but with the way that a lot of these teams pick maps with Flashpoint and King of the Hill, they're like a little bit more compressed. And being able to reposition and disengage really fast was very valued. What do you think about the Doomfist over Winston here? Doomfist is better in this particular matchup. On this particular map, there's not enough verticality here. Doomfist is the most flexible tank, I think, in the game when it comes to map performance. At least from a subjective. I don't know about like the stats back that up, but from my perspective, this character is good on flat maps because he has good AoE cleave and he doesn't rely off of verticality. So yeah. Disengage. Oh, that's what Doomfist does. That's pretty unique. Not a lot of tanks can do that. Like technically Roadhog could do something like this, like get the pick as they're kiting out, but that's very difficult. Most tanks are more on a leash there. That's crazy. That's huge. You use an ultimate, and not only did you get flipped, but you got a free kill as well. Massive. His sense seems a little high. Either that or he's a little jittery, but he's doing great. Yeah, Doom is just good in the sim, yeah. Because Doom can displace your teleport so easily. Because Sim relies off of teleport, being able to get in and get out safely. But anything that displaces her really screws with the value of teleport. What do you think of Stalker this tournament? No idea. I've only watched one game, so not really sure. I mean, I think Stalker's an amazing player, but I don't know how he did this tournament, frankly. Again, you notice how early he's staging, right? He's even going a little far forward. And like, if his team is playing here, if this was like ranked, I'd be like, let's give them a little bit of space here. But he's trying to stop them before they teleport. Just a little bit of displacement, right? So it's a little risky, but it is what you could do versus that Sim AoE teleport, right? Oh, no. My goat. He's playing hyper aggressive because he has ult. His team is punishing it. But the funny thing is that even though he screws it up, look at what this makes them do. Look at what they fake here, and then they double back across that way. That's just the third that Doomfist does that, right? They would never give them that much respect. They would just walk main, matrix, teleport across to here. But look at how much worse this rotation is for them, right? So even though he messes it up, right? It's like the threat of being punched just makes them rotate so weirdly. Okay, he went for Power Matrix. Okay, that's unfortunate. I mean, Power Matrix is really good, because he is getting kind of blown up a little bit, but there are situations when there's not a lot of like if this was ranked and they weren't hard focusing him as much as they are now, I probably would have gone for the Slam Slow, but it's still a very good perk, obviously. Problem with Doomfist. Ugh. Can't Suzu all of that, buddy. Gee willikers. For Pete's sake. Frick, man. Gosh darn it. That's really well played. Big AoE cleave, big AoE timing, isolates a target. Crikey, yeah. I literally, the way he's moving makes me feel like the game is moving faster. Am I the only one? You know what's funny? Buzz, thank you for the sub.
Thanks for
You're very
distracting
welcome.
me from work
You're very
for
welcome.
Philo.
I wonder if there's a world where you could run like, I guess they rely off their speed rotates too much, but like you could run Kiri Mizuku here. It just, you wouldn't have the speed, which kind of sucks, but it depends on how much you value the ability to punish the Doom or how much you value your ability to rotate safely. I think like TM doesn't really have the hero pool for that. Like I don't, what was that noise? Doesn't really have the ability to play. Doesn't like I don't think Astro could do that. But like it would be interesting here. Like is it greedy to double dip into both the speed rotate and the symmetra rotate? You know? I don't know. I'm not sure. But again, here we go again. Another early attempt at punish. Suzu's. Oh no, simple. I think he tried to Suzu the TP. Yeah, he gets nervous. Oh, that's so bad. Just complete aura right there. They do eat the Matrix, which is nice. Problem with Doomfist, man. He's hitting like 1 or 2 people with basically, or like at least one, obviously. But he's often hitting more than 1 people. Never mind, you guys know what I mean. He's often hitting more than 1 people, guys. This is a miscommunication. I don't think he should have entered here. Again, my criticism here is of Emil Garu being too eager and to double support ult. Or let's okay, double ult. Soj ult, fine. They actually managed to stall during Soj ult, which is ridiculous, especially with quartz on the gun. But when this happens right here, just get out, man. Let them have the flip. You're 98% on Mizuki. You're 88% on Kiriko. You've got High Noon. They have nothing left, right? Like, I don't care if they build beat. You're going to be able to match that layering easy, right? This is just sloppy. Like, this is the, what does Ice-T say? One of my buddies, he's like, all Doomfist players are bad. Because it's like, oh, but what if? Right, exactly, Jacob. What if? What if, right? It's like, no, like, you did your job. We baited 2 ults, and they just now flipped. You're fine. Relax. Was Knife dead this whole time? Okay, no. Knife was rotating. But, like, just, you can re-engage here easily with Kitsune Rush. You're going to be fine. And this is professional Overwatch. This is at a major tournament, guys. So, like, this just... It happens, man. What's up, Soren? And this kind of screws your layering now, too, because it's, like, now simple 70% on Kitsune again, you know? So... This is a Kitsune Rush on point, and yeah, TM's going to disengage this. You can just tell. They're just going to full on out. Then they're going to layer their beat. Then they're going to Mizuki ult on top of that. Notice that he's just focusing frontline. Why? Because he's already on an angle right now. Right? You see like where his backline is. Look at sideline. Look at the flank. So he could just sit on point. You don't need to focus backline if that's not what your angle allows you to do. Hold the short range off angle. Focus what's available. Punish tank. Who gives a frick? Sit inside your support ult, pop off, you know? And then now, as his angle is changed, now we have a free access to backline. I mean, he probably just kills TVNT here, but yeah. That was perfectly played. Perfectly played from both, from Milgaru, but also perfectly played from Seda there. That was really well done. Like, it wasn't a cheat fight win, but it was you won the fight that you should have. No. You know what? Okay, timeout. This is fine because this is what's happening here. I didn't realize that they're actually trying to all-in punish the teleport. I didn't realize this. So this is actually not as bad as it looks because this is a concerted team effort to fight before the teleport. Like look at these guys. Excuse me. Right. Now the question is from a meta perspective, not a Doomfist perspective, why are they doing that? It's because they know that they have Kitsune Rush, and they're going to teleport a point, and Kitsune Rush a point, and they're going to have to give flip, and we don't have anything besides Doomfist ult, which is not that good. So this is fine. This is totally fine. Totally fine. It's just he's not doing this. He probably would do something similar to this, even if he didn't have ultimate, because of where his team is fighting right here. So it's okay. Problem with Doomfist? You see, like, look at where they popped the Kitsune Rush, right? Like, they were like, dude, we're not going to get out of here alive. The problem is Quartz is a freak. Look at this shot. He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. So that's the problem there. That's the problem. I'm surprised he commits ult here. This seems like an egregious oversight. I don't know what he's doing. This fight is not winnable. You're down literally 3. This is one of the stupidest ultimates I've seen in professional Overwatch in a long time. And you're not going to get a trade with Suzu Matrix. It's just not going to happen. Like, we could have played the disengage here and then gone for the touch now and then had the ult for it. But no, we're in spawn. So I don't know what the plan was there at all. That was just egregiously bad. What if he got a 5k with Meteor Strike? That's true. What if he got a 5k? That's true. Wow, they're really all ending into the punish the rotate. Knife on the Venture, so now they're really trying to punish the rotates here. That is a terrible teleport. What was UB thinking? Did he know he was there? I mean, I know you're running away from Venture here, but guys? That's really bad. Okay. Good punish there from Ilgara. He's fishing for punch, which I don't love. He really just needs to reposition up here and chill. He doesn't need to be standing on point right now. Because this is the problem, right? Like, we could have actually been in a position here to punish this. The Quartz does not do this if Milgar was up here. This also makes for an easier disengage as well, but yeah. That's fine. Give him point. Don't die. And they're probably going to recontest with, well, I don't know what they're going to recontest with. They don't really have much of anything, but yeah, side angle, punch out, grab the Mega. Now we're staging for backline now because we've given the rotation for free. Poking tank, poking tank. There's the backline pressure. Turn back on tank. Farm your punch, and then now you got to make a decision. I would say going in here would be a feed. He thought about it. You know, he thought about it. It's like, you know, you got point control here, or you're working on it. You don't have your slam. You don't have your block. You don't have your ultimate. You don't have a support ult. You probably just need to chill here. He thought about it. He thought about it. You don't have the staging for it. Venture is just kind of bait here. Yeah, I don't know. Ah! The problem with Doomfist. Woo! Oof! Look at this poor Kiriko. We're fine, guys. Just violence. Just absolute violence. Now, to be fair, Aster really should not have pressed here. Aster needs to trust Simple to actually use teleport. So TM kind of gives him this punch by clumping. Bam! But also, the problem with Doomfist, and this is what happens with symmetric comps more so than with other comps. Yeah, they cross lanes there. That's a fix-it moment right there. That's just a free fight win right there. Pulse Bomb set that one up for sure, but also problem with Doomfist, baby. Wow. Somebody's in spawn. Is Knife in spawn? Yeah. This is early. Why are they doing this? I think they're trying to bait a support ult and layer on top. I don't mind this. I like the fact that they consistently take fights outside of point to kind of screw with them when they have Doomfist ult. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You can call it, like, look at this. This is really frustrating. Like, this is rough. And now you just walk the point with your beat, you know? Or with their beat. And then they layer Mizuki and ult on top of that. And then now, problem Doomfist. He thought about it. At least he's got cover, though, and block, so it's not bad. They're going to layer Symbol on top of that. We need to see Kitsune now, Shu. I don't know why we waited that long to use it. We need to use it now. We need to use it freaking now. I don't know why we're waiting so long. But yeah, whatever. They try to layer it maybe a little bit too greedily, but they're layering well here. And Quartz, we just miss, and then he doesn't miss. Thought about it. I literally feel like I'm watching a fast motion. Am I the only one? Yeah, there's just mechanics. We won't look at it too much, but we needed to hit one of those punches there. Okay. Okay, basically here we go. Rinse and repeat. Apply pressure on point. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't know what the Q was here. We haven't seen Suzu, to my knowledge. I don't know. I don't know what the Q was here. I really don't. They should be tracking no support ults here, so there's no real urgency here. This is just all Doomfists are bad. I have no idea why he went from this angle here. Like, this is the thing with Doomfist, guys. Like, this is something to carry over into ranked, right? Stage here, fight whoever's here, like, fight squishies here, sure. And then, you know, take the tank trade, and then whatever. And if you want to flank for backline, you should just walk from here. But at this level of play, like, we could just take the angle here and take the tank trade, and then, you know, as the tank backs up, then we could go for squishies. But he just goes from all the way over here with no information, just all the way. Not no information, but I don't know why he's doing this. He doesn't even have empowered punch. And so this just kills Shu. Because if Shu doesn't do this, he's dead. 100%. 100%. So I don't... That was just a complete feat. And so instead of giving themselves a chance to win, they've given themselves no chance to win, and that's going to be the map. So, it was fun. I think it was fun. I think there's a very good reason to run Doomfist in this situation. But, I mean, as you could kind of see, there were some moments where, like, just some individual ins from Milgaru, but TM was just too good at the layering side of things. But, yeah, lessons to learn here is that Milgaru's got the ideas. The early fights communicated with his team, taking good staging, taking good angles, sometimes cheating. A couple of fights there. Like, that's the classic Doomfist, but that was fun. People were blaming everybody but Milgaru for this map. I mean, Milgaru definitely fed a couple of fights here. Tough couple of fights. I mean, the problem was that Milgaru showed up in the kill feed. And if you're in the kill feed, it's not your fault. If you're in the kill feed, it's not your fault. Right? Violet went 6 and 9. What a feeder Violet is. Right? So, I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. So. All right. What's next, guys? What do you want to look at next? Let's pull up the OWTV. Is there another Zeta Division map that's really good? Let's do a different role. No tank. No tank. No ball, no ball. Maybe we'll do ball later. Venture? We can skim around. Let's skim around code wise to see what we can find.
Ready for battle.
Let's see if there's anything saucy here. We got a little Pharah, proper Pharah. Ooh, maybe proper Pharah would be fun. Proper May. Do you guys want to watch proper May, proper Pharah? That kind of sounds fun. Oh man, I don't know, guys. I feel like we gotta watch this. This sounds fun.
Ready for battle.
This might be fun, right? I don't know, Jacob. I don't know where you do your business, dude. Get it? Okay, so Zeta versus TM. Again, this is semifinals, right? So they know that they're on. Let's actually take a quick look at the ban state here. It was this King's Road. Bans for Zeta were Bastion. TM banned Lucio. They still know they're going to run symmetric crap. Again, why Pharah? Pharah's really good in this point. Lots of verticality, lots of range. Obviously gets a little bit more awkward on second point. It's a little bit more compressed, but still okay. And then we've already seen that Proper's going to swap to May, so that's nice too. Symmetra, can't do anything to Pharah, but also just the map's good for it as well. And Proper's good at Pharah. So you can hold angles and do all sorts of crazy things with Pharah. And Pharah also is pretty busted right now. So yeah, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. How angle-pilled is Proper? How is he using his E? Is he using his E, his concussive blast, to dislodge or move around? I would imagine it's probably more dislodging and a little bit more passive play on the angles, but let's take a look here. Angle on the top. This is a obviously busted angle for Pharah. It's crazy that Ram is dodging that. And look at Quartz. Quartz is like 100 rail. Bah! Right? It's just terrifying, man, that character. Does he take the rotation to right, or does he stay left? I think he's going to stay left angle. And what this does is this allows Knife to take the wider sight line on right, while Proper can kind of play to control this space here. So that's cool. He's kind of playing like a brawl DPS, a flex DPS. Mei, Tracer, Lucio marking this space in here just by playing above it. It's really hard for them to get teleports and flanks with him being there, so that's nice. Ooh, he tries to knock Proper Quartz out of position. They get slide out. Notice this was a conk. Watch this combo. So they go for the conk, and look at what Bernard does. They try to trap him. They just don't quite get the kill. Does Knife have rail for this? Does Knife even have the position for this? Oh, Knife is not in position for this. Wait, what happens to Knife? Wait, what happens to Knife? Oh, that's bad. That's bad from Knife. Quartz would never. Quartz would hold the angle and get support and then not give up the angle for free. This is bad. Totally unearned clearing. And Quartz is going to punish him for it. Because this Quartz should be dead here, bro. Quartz would be dead here. Oh, that's tragic. Okay, good play there from Proper. Does he rotate right or does he go back left? Oh, yeah, he goes back left. Again, just because there's more flexibility for Sojourn on the wider sideline on right. Okay, so let's see. Oh, no, Quartz catches him. Dude, Quartz is such a rat, dude. Look at this. Shoot. Very passive, very passive. I'm getting and you notice this. It's like, dude, we're losing map control right now. We're losing map control. We're getting surrounded. So Quartz is like, no, we're not. Yubi's like, no, we're not. Get over there, buddy. Quartz is like, yep. See ya. See ya. That's just ridiculous projectile aim as well. Look at how he leads. I know this is a proper review. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Look at how he leads these shots. That's just absurd. I mean, what can you do about that, man? Like, literally, like that's just ridiculously good play from both sides, you know? They had their opportunity and they missed it. Insanely good angle control there from TM. All right, Proper. That's just a classic TM right there. Quartz and Yubi, man. Kind of a weird conk there. Felt a little early. Maybe a conk here would have made more sense, but still whatever. Good damage. Clears him off. No ram there. And this is important because you'd think that he's barraging, but what they're actually doing is they're abusing the fact that they have cooldown advantage here. Like, they kind of wasted a lot of cooldowns their team did. I don't really know why, but they just kind of blew him early. So then they're going to push, but push-pull is not just about, like, W keying in. Like, look at what Proper does with this space. He doesn't just go in and ent. He uses it to cheat to a different angle. So he's able to get to this position here, which is absolutely oppressive. And it's very difficult to get this position otherwise. It's very dangerous. But now I can just stay above your head. Or behind you, even. I guess this is fine, too. You see it? It's just like this. They can't really do anything about this. That being said, TM is also disgusting because they just flip the map. So they lose space and they retake it by flipping across the map. So insane. And then now this is tough because it's not tough, but like it's kind of awkward for Far to peek out from this angle. So let's see what he does. Does he just spam from the right side? Yeah. Ooh, careful. He's trying to get Kitsu value. But I don't like this from Proper. I would have preferred a couple of shots here, get a little Kitsu, and then get a little sneaky. Go shoot. Just spook this just a little bit. Just a rocket there, right? Just a rocket there or two. He'll do it now, though, especially now that he has Barrage. Does he go for his Kamikaze? Oh, mobility of Farah. He's good. Good disengage. Simwall expires. Ah, he doesn't get it in time. They thought about it. They got traded too late. Yeah, they're basically angle flipping. Yeah. It was good. I mean, Proper played fine there. I would have preferred them to do something sooner off of the Kitsu just to prevent them from losing so much space, but I don't know. It was a good try. We're looking mostly at micro play here from Proper as well, and not necessarily looking at macro, so. Clear. Ooh, that TP is so scary. That's what Conk is good for right there. Really screws up that, and that's great. Look at this. So, oh shoot, I'm surprised. Dislodge the angle with this conk. Check this out. Boom. Knocks Quartz off the height. Screws up Simple. It also does damage as well. So then now they're on the floor. And then now, Vortex plus Rocket combo, easy peasy. Well done. And as long as he doesn't get surprised by this crap, I think we're okay. Yeah, they're just gonna... Ooh, I don't like that. All proper. Dude, all we have to do here is just get your butt cheeks up here and just solo barrage Yubi and he's dead, you know? Or go fly over here and kill Astro. Like, just get off the floor. It's the same thing we said we pushing here, not brain dead pushing here, but controlling the space here patiently. Now we're brain deading. We're brain deading. He's just brain deading. That TP, yeah. What was he trying to do with the teleport? I thought that he had the perk. I don't know. Maybe he's just using it for, like, HP bait, ducking and dodging a little bit. Ah, man. This is such an unforced error. You know, you do this crazy angle control, map control, mechanical play, and then you just get a little lazy, just like, let's just kill the tank instead of being aware of what's around you. And, you know, even if they do lose this, which they probably will TM, TM's got to be happy with the trades there. That's very sloppy. Unfortunate. Why is he picking the turret perk? Well, because... I don't know. I mean, I think pre-fight turret perk's not that bad, because if you look at this here, he's starting every fight with 4 turrets. But yeah, I agree. I would probably choose the other one, but if 4 turrets is decent first fight. All right, do we swap Mei here for the point? Yeah. A little bit less verticality, a little bit more compression. Let's see what he does. Wall the teleport, wall the teleport, wall the teleport, wall the teleport. What does he do? Yes, there it is. Or not wall the teleport, but wall the push. Same thing. Was that speed ring as well? Oh, they didn't even speed ring. They just went after him. Okay, well, that was pretty good. Like, well, that's a good trade for TM. Predict for the Diva too. Yep. Controlling that side angle. Very tanky is Mei. Very tanky is Mei. They're just gonna wall that rotation, and he's walling early so that they can get around the corner and then take angles elsewhere. Basically, that's why he's pinging that. It's like we need to be getting off the floor here. Or he's also saying they will take that, actually. That's probably more likely. Do they wall that? He does wall that. Isolate Sim. That creates an opportunity for Ram to push. They support ult that, and they teleport out. You're noticing that Mei is, like, proper on both Pharah and Mei is playing similar ideas. He's playing these side spaces a little bit by himself, either baiting attention or just applying early pressure. You're noticing, like, even like this setup here, right? He's just off to the side, not allowing anybody to come into this room. If he clumps here, it's really easy to get overwhelmed and cleaved by AoE stuff, but he's just kind of going off and playing deathmatch on his own. And then this stuff happens, right? And he is isolated here, but the fact that he could do this means at the very least it's expensive for them to do this. You see what I'm saying? So that's an expensive death. And if he can bubble dance with this ult, you see what I'm saying? Very difficult for other DPS to do what Mei's doing right now. Very difficult. Insane pocket from his team. Insane play for proper right there. Look at the bubble dancing on the Mizuki ult as well. Watch this. Watch this. Look at that. Look at that right here. In and out. And they just stop looking at him at some point. They're just like, ah, we can't kill him. Doesn't quite get the wall on the Diva. Wait. Get down, Mr. President! I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's funny. I am a little bit suspicious of the ult perk. I think in layering and high level, ult perks are better because you can kind of play around it. So maybe it's okay. But I do think that the verticality perk with wall is probably a bit better. So. But we will see. Early push. Early blizz. Nice shot. That's massive. And that was also Soj ult as well. That's tragic. So the real question is here, when is he swapped to Pharah? So maybe that's the concept there, is like you're not really playing for verticality on third point anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So, yeah, so he's going to use it. Basically, we just need to get our ult out because he's going to swap back to Pharah probably as soon as he can. Like now. Just even just zoning on point. Just throw it on point. He needs to be very careful. That wall needed to be more defensive. Okay, but they have the superior layering, and he's controlling the height. And yeah, there we go. It's also worth noting that he's actually not choosing the freeze perk, despite playing versus a Ramatra, who's one of the best tanks in the game to freeze because it stops his block. It's because the reality of what he's doing here is controlling more solo angles by himself. So he has more responsibility to kind of keep himself alive. It's not as much about like, oh, I'm just going to stand in front of the tank and freeze, you know? Early wall on the teleport, doesn't quite get it. You can definitely screw it up if you get the placement perfect, but he walls on the other side of it, not directly in time, so... And yeah, this is just a Blizzard on point for the speed, for the... Oh, wow, that actually freezes. And also for the heal. And there's your Ice Block perk value right there. Okay, nicely done. Yeah, Blizzard healing is really good in those fights where you're just fighting on one location. So...
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Now, there's a lot of clumping here. Knife is kind of holding the solo angle here. I am curious to see how Proper positions around this teleport. Because he Proper is thinking about one thing, and again, about teleport. Just teleport. Where is that teleport going to be? Where do I need angle to stop that? So they let that happen there. They're going to teleport top. Or underneath, but they're going to rotate top. I'm a little surprised Shu wasn't with Knife there. That seems like a no-brainer. So Shu actually has to go over and chase Knife in the setup here late, which is really bad because Knife got cleared early because he didn't have any support. Or not enough support. So I don't understand this setup with the Kiriko at all. Like, you're not playing and moving here, so why is Shu here? With the perk, Blizzard heals, yeah. And then now you can tell again... Proper is here to stop the teleport to high ground. That's why he's here. This is an okay angle for me. Like, you can poke from here. It's fine. Like, this is a nice little spread we got going on here. But he's mostly specifically in this window to stop this teleport from happening. So I'm curious to see what they do. I don't think they teleport at him. But how are they going to adjust their teleport? Yeah, so they're going to teleport to flip here, which is much more passive. And Proper is like, okay, that's teleport. You notice that as soon as he sees teleport, he says, okay, I can drop. I can use my wall. I don't love that. I would have preferred him to use the wall there on Ram and not Plat Magnet. So yes, even Proper, maybe top 2 DPS players of all time. That's going to be a bit of a hot take, but has the Plat Magnet. I don't know why he's W keying here. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it's the wall range, but frankly, no. Rotate here, worst case scenario. But yeah. Dropping from this height now opens up the next teleport to take high ground because Proper will not be able to get back in time to that height. So I would be surprised if Team doesn't do something silly with their TP now because we've seen both Ice Block and Wall. Proper's out of here, and yeah, there we go. So now we're just going for a crazy teleport. Violet has to respect it, and they've lost space as a result. So Proper has to go all the way back to height and get scouted by Yuppie's turrets. And that's it. So that was not great from Proper there. Good initial ideas, but really good punish there from TM. It's a quirky habit, the shoe flicks, yeah. Is King's Row first point poorly designed? No, I actually think it's good design. I think it has... The fact that it has such a high attacker's win rate is good. Good. I think it's good. And that's, I think, one of the... King's Row first point having such a high success rate for attackers is, I think, one of the big reasons why it's one of the most popular maps in the game. Holding the left room here, is trying to poke for Blizzard. What's the setup looking like? Yeah, this is more of what I would expect from a setup perspective from Zeta. They're basically their team is just waiting for support ults. Because if ult versus ult, at least you can create enough chaos where the defending team can make a mistake. Nice headshot. There's the turret. That's a bait. They walk main. He needs to wall now. The wall was oddly late there, because that doesn't stop the Suzu in time. Now, the payload can block, but, I mean, I guess I TP Suzu regardless, but it's a little bit of a late wall. But the ult's good. That's a huge isolation. Even with a Suzu there, they're going to lose this fight regardless. So, yeah, well done. Just patience, man. Mei is so good in this choke if you play it relatively well. You stay on attacker win rate? Love that. The way that I look at it as well is that there's like a bit of circular reasoning as well, where if people like attacker win rate, and it means that the game map goes to extra innings, people get to play more of the map that they like. You know? So like the fact that it can drag on to extra innings is not necessarily a bad thing if people do like the map, you know? Ooh, don't like the Kitsune. I do like the wall, but that's poorly timed Kitsune. There needed to be more of a commitment there. But again, we're trying to focus on proper here. The wall's fine. I think the wall's fine. It's well placed. It's just not a good Kitsune rush. It's too early. And so that it messes up the staging. Okay. How are they using lane theory? Well, second point choke, there's not a lot of lanes. It's mostly just you can hold left flank, which you saw proper doing, and you hold main. That's about it. But first point, a lot of lane theory. In fact, the only reason anything happened on first point for team was because they executed lane theory significantly better than Zeta. Wall is late. There's your flank here. Again, you notice how passive Proper plays distance-wise? He never walks directly into the ram without a really, really good reason. Because he doesn't want his ice block forwards. The character can do so much more than just sit in front of your tank and freeze. So there's the wall isolation. That makes things awkward. I will say it's a little bit unfortunate. TVT's actually, I don't know if this is on purpose, but he's doing a good job keeping his wall, like his corner locations to payload. So you can see how bad this wall is. The idea is there. It just doesn't really block off a lot. So there's an argument here that maybe we need to be more patient with wall. I honestly don't know. There might not be an easy solution here. Or maybe even using the wall to rotate to height instead in these situations when you're not getting a good split. Solo angle, here's your solo flank from Mei. This is the kind of stuff that you should do in ranked all the time. Like, it's just incredibly good. Mei is up there with like Tracer Sim in terms of like the most sustained DPS in the game. The DPS that are hardest to dislodge from positions, but due to their poke, there's their HP, their self-healing, and so on. But yeah, like this is the kind of lane theory that we're looking for, and it's, but also just like, I want you guys to just take a second and admire what's on our screen here. Like, yeah, crazy, man. But yeah, Proper's positioning is really good here. That wall's fine. That's kind of just an isolate sim wall, but also screw up the Symmetra's teleport. This is like really good. This cuts off UB from being able to disengage, and also LOS is the back. Like, Quartz doesn't really have a good sightline on anything that isn't the flank right now, so that's okay. So as long as Knife doesn't die, this feels pretty good for Zeta. Or Bernard. I don't know what the frick Bernard is doing. TV&T would never. Just block, bro. Just put the block in the bag, bro. Put the block in the bag. Because honestly, I mean, Knife is kind of getting diffed a little bit. To be fair, the placement on the sim wall is really good. Like, Quartz is just him, bro. But this is not bad. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, we are holding really good space. Proper's holding good space, but Bernard kind of trolls it. You don't do anything with... yeah, try to do something as Ram. Big mistake. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. They had a chance there, Zeta did. They had a nice setup. Looks like they're playing for Blizzard here. Okay. Does he control left angle, or do they just run it down main? Looks like they're going to hold the first choke here. And then I'm curious, does anyone hold height? Yeah, no, so yeah, so they control height, and then Knife holds the left flank. Proper should probably ult this here. Oh, so they're going to layer Mizuki instead. Okay, so they're doing support ult first, Blizzard later, which I think is smart. There's the wall. Wall's fine. LOSs makes things awkward. It's good. He's keeping his distance again. Anytime that Proper gets punched by Ram, it's usually a mistake. And then now we could probably layer Blizzard on top, depending on how this goes. Nope, they disengage too far. Okay, gets disengaged, that's fine. And that's frustrating for Zeta, because that was a 2-for-1. That was a twofer. Stefano here. He got himself a twofer. I wouldn't mind if Proper was holding here. You're not planning to disengage here because you don't have Lucio and you don't have Juno's speed ring. In addition to that, your Ram is he ain't getting out, boys. So I wouldn't mind Proper holding here, walling off, disengaging, playing this lane here. And This is a 4-1 split, and this is not. This is not good. This is not good. So unless something crazy happens here, this is no. Because you give up height when you're running this composition because you can't get to high ground with your comp, right? And then so you need to compensate by controlling space more on the side here, or poking more from here, or maybe even setting up your backline here. And they didn't control any space. Like, this is a ranked setup. This is a Bernard is going, why are my ranked teammates all stuck in a row position? And this is what happens. You stuck in a row, you get fricked. Surprised to see them all take the same lane here again. Again, this feels like an obvious moment for Shoe Knife to take a wide left split here. But I guess if they flip deep in here, this can be good. So they can keep the S key theory, right? Where the support can still stay here. And then the support DPS can rotate deeper. So that's what I assume Proper is going to do here. He should do that. Yeah, this is fine. I don't know, like... Maybe he's going to ult himself, and that's why he's holding... I don't like this. I don't like this. If he's going to do this, he needs to be way more patient. I don't know why we're forcing Ice Block here now. We should be patient. Wall first, disengage, patient. You're buying time for your Ram to flank effectively, right? And this is just poorly played from Proper. You have 3 people on you here. You need to be playing slow, patiently, right? This is just bad. This is just bad. This is really bad. And another thing, too, is, chat, if you're ever, like... So if you're ever flanking with Mei, which is basically what's happening now, right? Like, you are the flank right now. Like, everybody else is leaving you. Then you need to try to wall first. Like, you need to wall yourself first. Like, wall in front of them. Because this is a lot of people looking at you. And the reason why is because that's the shorter cooldown. And it just buys you more time. It's not necessarily the shorter cooldown. Is it the shorter cooldown? I don't think it is. Whatever. But regardless, you want to greed as much as you possibly can. Yeah, like why we should be walling, disengage, hide, throw your blizzard, hide, wall, ice block, anything, buy time. Because this flip from them isn't bad, but this is poor. Proper was way more patient on second point, and it worked really well. Heck, Proper was more patient on freaking Pharah. But yeah, this is sloppy, man. This is sloppy. Bad pre-fight setup, and then he needs to be, again, if you do find yourself by yourself at Mei, and you should, the character's really good at being by herself. If you've got a lot of resources on you, you need to chill the frick out, man. You need to chill the frick out. So if they lose this, it's going to be because Proper died way too fast. Okay, we're going to swap Venture. Yeah, they actually end up losing it. I mean, he maybe barely plays Mei. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because like, the walls were fine. You know, the walls were fine. The ults were relatively fine, too. But yeah, some of the like if you are a high rank Mei player, you know what it's like to be on an angle and to be rushed down, and you know how to wall yourself, and then you blizzard and you ice block and you disengage and you hide and you kite and you die expensively. You know, Proper wasn't doing that as well there towards the end. You know, so Gavin, are you good with the amount of questions we're getting right now? I think everybody in chat's being nice and respectful, and this is no shade to anybody in chat, but I want to make sure that we're not... Oh my. Okay. They've got speed ring, man. They're like, you know what? Let's mix it up. The timing is a little early. Like, you can tell main is way too slow. Like, these guys should be already here at this point in time. But I guess if you just you do these things, I guess. Not a broken perk, by the way. Nerfed perk, by the way. Look at Quartz's health. Look at Quartz's health. Okay, Gavin. Just let us know if you're allowed to chill, man. Just ridiculous. Really well done. That's what makes that perk so strong. Yeah, that used to do that to 250 HP characters, not 225. Yeah. There's the angle slop. And yeah, now we just chill. It's over, man. It's over for TM. Way too much angle pressure. Way too little map control. And they have to teleport to point, which means they don't have a single off angle anymore.
60 seconds.
Do you guys want to see Tracer? That'd be kind of fun to watch a little proper Tracer. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't go Mei here. It's really good in the street phase, even without ultimate, but... Tracer's fine too. Probably Tracer's best point for a King's Row anyway. Is that a trick question? Well, he's kind of washed, right? Do you see how much more, like, do you see how much, how aware he is of, like, the number of heroes that are looking at him at any given point in time, right? He needed to bring that same level of energy into his Mei, you know? Not the same level of energy, maybe it's maybe more, like, the same level of experience, you know?
10 seconds.
But, like, he just knows, like, at all times, okay, they're ignoring me, now I crank the pressure. Okay, now they're looking at me, Sojourn spamming, you know? And then just like, oh my gosh, right? Like, yeah, he gets the pick, but he's just always lurking, right? He's already got 64% ult charge, right? Which I know Tracer builds it fast and passive and stuff like that, but like, he never, ever, ever gets surprised, right? Such an important aspect of controlling space in Overwatch, whether you're DPS, tank, or support. Never, ever, ever be surprised. Well done. Wait, what? Wait, timeout. Oh, they're on attack. I'm stupid. I was so confused. It's like, oh, I thought they won the fight. Oh, they flipped the map. Freaking TM with their map flips, man. I was so lost. I'm stupid. I literally watched them open up in Farah, and I'm just like, yeah. Boomer brain, guys, sorry. Staging height, this is nice. He's pinging, watch out for the teleport here. Which I think is probably not going to happen given the old economy. Like, they don't have support ults here. There's no way that they teleport here. Will be way more likely as teleport here with Sojolt, where Proper is. But maybe he's just being like, hey, careful, guys. Full disengage with Sojolt. That's not great. Proper can't really deepen here. The space is really, really open. And this is where Tracer falls off as a hero, right around here. But at least he has Pulse. There's the high ground bait. Aw, shoes. I don't know. I feel like Zeta's support play here, both their setups and their has not been great. From the little bit that we've seen from the two maps, the support play has not looked great. Like, that's just inexcusable, man. Like, you can't. That's just so unearned. So unearned. They've not really controlled good space. They've gotten pre-fighted a lot. I think support players might just be boosted, chat. Like, you guys watch Kiriko. You watch Crazy Raccoon play Kiri Mizuki and how much better they were at controlling space, you know? Who is it? Chorong and Yip Skippity Doofus? Why can't I remember? Who's their support player? Vigilante, right. So much better at space control. So much better. Okay, let's take a look at Tracer here. Okay, I don't feel stupid for forgetting Vigilante. Vigilante is hard to forget, but less hard to forget than Shu. Marks his angle, shoot the tank. Was Vigilante Atlanta Reigns' Zenyatta gimmick, or was that somebody else? Way back in 2022? Who was that? Sarah Lee knows the lore.
Objective lost.
Feeling pretty fly.
Stop the payload.
Establishing aerial position.
There's not a way to get a hold of these. Okay, so there is a way to get a hold of these replay codes, but this is a previous. It's already been wiped. I'm on an OPR account, which is like an old patch. So in the future, you can, but sadly, the wipe happened like 2 days after the tournament. I think he was actually. Actually, I'm gonna freaking check right now. Vigilante Overwatch. I think he was. I think he was the 2022 Atlanta Reign gimmick. He was. See, I know the lore, bro. I know the lore. He was the Zenyatta freak guy. He was the Zenyatta player. I remember him. They pulled him out for very rarely, but he was like the guy that everyone was scared of. There was another player like that for. Was it the Spark? There's a ball player. Who is the ball player? Is it Hong Zhao? Is it Hong Zhao? I can't remember what the Spark. Hong Zhao Spark. Aga? Back in 2020. I think it was 2020 though. No, it wasn't Amang. Don't remember. It wasn't Season. Was it 19? They had a B team they would scrim with. They had a B team that they would scrim with. It might have been Rhea. I don't think it was QOQ. Maybe it wasn't Spark. I don't think it was Hunters. Maybe it was Gaga. I don't know. But there was a ball one trick that they would. Oh gosh, I remember scrimmaging versus that guy. Frick, man. He was on their B team because nobody played ball, you know. Pharah's good here. Pharah's good versus their comp. They didn't run Pharah on the attack because you don't have time to set up. But to be honest with you, Mei could have been good here. This just looks like they've lost a little bit of the confidence in the Mei. Yeatle? Yeah. You guys want a hot take? Remember when Yeatle made that video criticizing... Who was it? What did he criticize? Amang? And everyone made fun of him for it? He was right. He was right. Amang was good at the time, but I don't think Yeatle was... I think Yeatle would have been fine at that level of play. Straight up. Yeah, you just see the freedom that Pharah has with movement in terms of angle control. They basically have to commit a teleport to clear her. Again, the displacement. Dude, the uptime of this perk is so stupid, man. Like, it's just constant. Every time you shift, every time you dash. It takes time, you amuse. It takes time. It can be a difficult thing to explain. But yeah, I mean, no shade to Proper, though. He's playing it really well. You gotta be really... I was gonna say, you gotta be really careful of the Soj peek there. Quartz is not stupid. He's also got the perk, so he could just straight up one-shot. Look at this. Bam. Never surprised. Never surprised. That's Quartz. That's so much of the element. We were praising Proper about it on Tracer earlier. Quartz is insanely good at it, too. I'm telling you, man, it's not just aim. I know this isn't a Quartz VOD, but, like, it's not just aim. This guy, you always know where you're at. You always know who's threatening him, who's going to push his angle, who's lane. Never, 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 never. This is a tough one. Simwall, Kitsu. That's actually a great barrage. Finding an isolated target on the other side of Simwall and being able to do it safely because there's nobody else here that can shoot you is actually insane value. I almost said even if he dies here, I can see the vision, but this is actually insane, dude. Actually insane value. He gets insane Simwall damage, too. They might actually be able to break that. He doesn't even need to. Crazy flank. They flip away from Pharah, and then Yubi gets caught. Wow. Mystical ult protects him, by the way. I didn't even... Wait, did it? I didn't think it mattered, but maybe you're right. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. It does protect him from the Ram ult. It does. Whoa. Mystical ult barrage. There's your Mystical value. Wow. Does that eat punches as well? I don't think it really matters in this situation, but I'm curious if it does. Because is a punch a projectile? Huh. No? Okay. You're right. Yeah, it goes through Matrix. Sorry, I should know that. It's like a impact thing. But yeah, wow. Okay. Cool stuff. Well played by Proper, man. Man, Proper on Pharah is like just... It's just win. You just win fights. That's just kind of it. So... Punch is punch. Okay, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Punch is punch. Okay. Frick off. You guys are too smug. That was fun. Cool match. I mean, it's complete ocular agony, but watching it from Proper's POV was really fun. The Mei and Pharah stuff was really fun. Tracer. Yeah, I love it. Amari, get down! No! What were you even eating? Dude, I think my cat has a problem. No. I swear, go get it. Good boy. No, you're not able to watch this replay code. In the future, though, in future pro matches, let me kind of link the sheet in chat. This sheet does work. It is updated. It's just it needs to be a match that happens before a replay code wipe, which yeah. So yeah. The reason that I'm able to get it to work, as I said, is because I have an account that I'm able to go back in time and watch replay codes after they get wiped. Let her do as she pleases. Okay, we can maybe do one more POV. Who do you guys want to watch? Is there any support, Sauce? Is there any support? Yip skippy do? Can I tell your past self to ask her out? Yeah, sure. I'll do that real fast. Yeah, Sarah Lee. I need to ask Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee's the person to ask. Mizuki is kind of boring, though. Mizuki is just like you heal bot main to deny their dive. It was more of an interesting question about why he was being played, but now that that's kind of being answered, there's not a whole lot to watch. There's some nuance with the ult, which is kind of fun, but that's about it. I'm not even joking. I would rather watch Moira. I seriously think Moira might be more interesting to watch. Zen? Maybe the Zen. Did you guys say it on Ilios? Is it just simple on New Jung City? Is there any other Moira elsewhere? Is there any other Moira elsewhere? Okay, maybe we should just look at the... Maybe we could take a super fast look at the Zen. If it's just 1 point, we can take a quick look at the Zen on Ilios, and then... Wait, that was it? Oh, frick. We could look at the Moira. Well, you know, frick off. We'll look at the Moira. We'll look at this 1 point of Zen, and we'll look at like a handful of fights from Moira, because there's not a lot of Moira. Wait, they play Zen on this map? So Ana's banned here, and I guess the comp is good. Wow. Okay, you know why they're doing this, right? You know why they're doing this, right? You guys tell me. I mean, it's a gamble, but what's the strategy here? This is the definition of cheese, where it works. There's a ton of counterplay to it, but is the enemy team smart enough to figure it out? Yeah, it's just Discord and Bastion. Yeah, you win the Bastion duel, but you have to be hidden. Do you notice something here? I'm actually I'm wondering if he even should have Harmony Orb there. I guess it's too late now, but yeah, let's see what he does. Yeah, even the Harmony Orb is good. Like 30 more healing per second on an armored damage reduction target, or 35 or 40 healing or whatever it is now, is like really freaking good. So the concept is 100% there. The question is, can you stay alive? Like look at this, right? Like, look at the healing here. The orb is there. You're not punching through that healing. You're like healing quantity matters more. Healing matters. Okay, this is something I learned back in MMOs. Damage reduction amplifies healing value significantly, and debuffs amplify healing healing effectiveness dramatically down. It's effective HP, right? So that was cosmetic. Kind of, but that he was a contributor to that fight result, and he can be lifted. Oh, dude, I was gonna say he can be lifted above point, and they did it. Now he's gotta be watched out for Symmetra teleport, and here's a crucial thing here. This is where float perk would be actually insanely important. I mean, they have to teleport a point, I guess. I'm surprised that they're not like. TVT, did they ban Diva? They must have banned Diva. Yeah. On a diva ban, man. And no diva means Zen is just not going to get dove, I guess, so. And Zen's pretty good in this situation, man. Like, that's a lot of damage. Aw. Bro is playing like me. Bro's just like me, for real. I'm a grown man, I need to stop saying that. I mean, this doesn't look cosmetic to me, boys. It's not flashy, but he's pounding right now. Like, he has 1,000 damage. He has almost as much damage as proper, right? Which is like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, your Bastion's always gonna have more, but. Surely he gets float perk, right? Surely. Yeah, that's right. He knows his crap. A little bit of hubris there from the from our friend Zeta. Wait, he's trancing, guys. He's W. Hey, he's Spilo trancing. He's Spilo trancing. I told you guys. I'm not crazy. This is Zen, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys said he was cosmetic. How dare you? How dare you? He's popping off, man. They're getting so much value out of it. Did they play it in the next map, too? Lucio stuff might be able to punish this. If they teleport on him, might be. So he's got to be ratty here. What I would do here, so there was a really important principle back in old Overwatch 1 days. Like, where a lot of Zen stuff, you would be very, very... Before you knew where the enemy team was, and like 66, I'm talking about like literally 2017, 2016 dive stuff. Zen Lucio stuff. You're very patient. You guys, I wish to goodness that like we had more like replay codes of 2016 dive. Zen Lucio, Winston Diva, Genji Tracer kind of stuff. Before Overwatch League, because the thing about that, like how little healing that comp had, and how much space and map control mattered with that composition, where you placed your Harmony, where you placed your Discord. Very, very interesting composition to watch. And one of the key things with that was like being very, you could just die in an instant as Zen. I mean, you're playing this on freaking King of the Hill, right? For crying out loud. The character you just didn't have options, right? But you were very ratty. You would not really let your presence be known immediately until you knew the status of the enemy team's rotation. So I'd love from like right here, this is fine now that we have scouting, but like just be very patient. Be very patient. Listen. We've seen, you notice that when does he peak? Notice when he peaks. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of hindsight. I was gonna say he responds to teleport, but maybe that's actually not the case. He just goes anyway. But he should have. He should have waited for after teleport. He should have listened to more. He should have been more patient. Because you could get Harmony value and just do nothing. And just listen. Teleport or something, even just a Suzu or anything, and then you're fine. Because they can't teleport on you now. That was best Overwatch. It was a really fun. Now that was before my time in many ways, but I watched a lot of those old games, and we even did a lot of trials. Certain trials are a part of. People would try that kind of stuff, and it was a little bit of hubris of like Overwatch is never going to go back that way. Certainly with the old Overwatch 1 development, but it was a very, very enjoyable composition. And also, I could speak from playing Pugs. Playing Pugs with Zen Lucio is really fun too. Do you see what I was saying though? What was the mistake here? What was the mistake? The mistake I think here was he needed to hide. He needed to hide. He doesn't need uptime right now. Like, that's the one challenge with Zen is you feel like you need uptime because you don't have tempo, like you don't have burst cooldowns. But like, this is a mistake. We needed to rat. We needed to float. We needed to hide or preemptively rotate away from the Symmetra beyond her teleport range. So he needed to live here. And you also notice that they don't overcommit either. Like, they just send the Roadhog. He doesn't even drop. He knows that if I can just harass the Zen to drop, he's useless. He's just in the middle of nowhere. So it's not very well played by Shu. Shu gets a little, yeah, and then we swap from there. Because, like, I actually think the Zen could have worked on the retake still, but it's probably smart to just go Kiriko here. I was going to say, surely they play it on Ruins. That's where I thought they were going to play Zen. So let's see how he plays this first fight. Watch the last one as well, okay. The turrets are so goofy, man. Second to last? Okay, that was still ridiculous, though.
My turret was demolished.
Yeah, you can tell he doesn't always choose the 4 turret perk. I think maybe he just chooses the 4 turret perk on like King's Row, like these more compressed maps where you can get more value out of the turrets. There was that question from King's Row. Oh, dude, and he's ready for it. They're waiting for it. Wait for it. Bam. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And he doesn't even use his turrets until he's actually rotated. Look at that. He doesn't use a single turret. So 1, 2. He doesn't even use the 3rd turret until he knows where they're gonna actually take this fight. Just ridiculous, man. So good. Alright, let's look at some Zen. Teleport your Zen. Grapple your Zen. Probably top left to start. I'm surprised they didn't pull him top. Oh, maybe he doesn't need the grapple. Oh, they gotta go top right. Oh, I like that even better. Now you have to be careful. Yeah. Shh. I wouldn't even be charging a 5 orbs here. Okay, objectives are unlocked, so maybe we can apply pressure. I'm surprised he dropped. They did see teleport, so maybe that's why he dropped. Yeah, it must be why he dropped. And co-side is not that bad because you just can float. You can just float. You'll die expensively. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, I mean, it's a good angle, but I just don't know if this is a good angle versus a composition like this. Yeah. He plays Mega, but ooh. Okay, top left. You can do a lot here with Harmony Orb and shots. Wait, why does he reacquire? Wait, did he not choose his perk up until this moment? Wait, why did it restart his perk charge? What happened here? Oh, he DC'd. That's kind of bad, no? Like, Gavin, is that not a discussion that you guys... I guess it's not really a department with professional play, but that needs to not be a thing. Like, that's a real competitive integrity question, because this guy, like, I was wondering why we're not, like, leaning... Like, that matters a lot. That matters a lot. They need to be able to manually control that from this client, from the server, to be able to give you perks. I don't like that at all. Because that's outside of your control at a LAN. At a LAN, that's inexcusable. Yeah, I understand. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying it's an easy problem to solve, but, like, that is a huge problem. Like, we should have major perk now. Like, we should have had major perk this entire fight. Man, this guy is getting so silly. I mean, he has trance now, so he can do this. I like him playing this aggro angle with trance, but... Zen trance, or Spilo trance, I say Zen trance, Freudian slip. Mines are good. Oh, he just doesn't get to cover. I don't know. The Zen actually looks pretty good here, unironically. Like, it's actually looked... They've actually played around it really well. I think that Zeta just looks really bad, to be honest. They've had map control basically this entire time and been able to do anything with it, and yeah. What map was New Junk City, chat? Is it map 3? At 5. Okay. That was fun, though. That was really interesting. That was really enjoyable to watch. That was very enjoyable to watch. Thank you for the recommendation. Let's watch some Moira. No, it wasn't map 5.
Ready for battle.
Or maybe the codes are in wrong order. Should be map 4, because I remember being that psychological feeling of like, oh wow, they've really kind of locked in when they needed to, you know? It's not like, oh, they had an advantage. The fraudulent Baptiste pick, and the swap to Moira. So we've kind of already talked about it when we did the grand finals review, but the big thing that we talked about was basically the concept of like, movement is valued on Flashpoint. Kiriko is banned, which I think was kind of sus, to be honest. I think they way overvalued the ability to play BAP into a speed comp on Flashpoint. I think BAP is a terrible hero. Terrible layering, very vulnerable to multiple ult fights where he just doesn't have the mobility to disengage or get out again. It's like if Brigitte didn't have shield bash, right? Like, it's like you just get run over. And I don't think he provides enough value in the neutral with his weapon or his gun, as good as Simple can be at the character. I think BAP, I won't go into the details, but I think BAP sucks. BAP is just a bad hero, certainly at the professional level. Kiriko's banned, and you don't want to run Juno Lucio. I talked about you could run Juno Brigitte, but like they want to stay in their Lucio stuff. And I unironically think that the Moira swap here, it makes a lot of sense. You're going to play off angle, brawl, deathmatch, take flanks, harass the isolated targets. And the fact that they are on Cat Bastion is really the nail in the coffin for me here, because now you have even more isolated targets. Now you can take even more of the map. Mobility is favored even more just to avoid those turret timings. So I don't know how aggressively TVNT will play, or how much we will see Moira playing with TVNT versus playing on her own versus playing with the Tracer. But I'm very interested to see how this is going to be. Now, I'm not expecting high-level play, frankly, because not a lot of people play a lot of Moira. So there's probably going to be a lot of clunky decisions and clunky goof-ups. But I think the concept is there. And even if you clunk around in Moira, unironically in this particular ban situation, he's probably going to be doing more. Like, just that alone, already value. Being able to just immediately get out, disengage, and then your Moira is also not instantaneously dead being here. He has Fade again. Out. So far, so good. Now, TVNT is completely on an island, but also TVNT is not the primary focus of their attention right now. So TVNT doesn't need the pocket. As long as they're the ones absorbing the resources. Like, the concept in ranked and in pro play is that Moira needs to be under pressure to actually be a real hero. So if you're playing in ranked, you kind of have to flank and force yourself to be under pressure. Like, you have to kind of feed on the flank and get under the back line, the sideline. And in pro play, you kind of want a composition that is actively looking to control space, looking to dive you, looking to pressuring you. Like, you'd see it. Like, every time Moira fades and lives, that's value. Every time Moira fades and lives, that's value. Because that's what Moira does unique compared to other supports. It's like that. It's just like a budget Kiriko, right? So, like like, look at her. They're looking at her, and she's just able to disengage this stuff so much easier. Like that, the Bastion is aiming at her right now. Big healer value. Anytime Moira is targeted for something, that's value for Moira. Doesn't mean you shouldn't focus Moira, but it is what makes Moira unique compared to other supports. And so far, this has actually been pretty good. I've been pleasantly surprised how this is being played. Holding good angles, disengaging pressure to cover, heal orbing teammates, managing cover usage well. Even the stuff like this here, like, we're not married to TVNT's butt cheek. You know, we're kind of holding off to the side. Like, let TVNT get punched around a little bit before we give him resources. And then now we lean towards TVNT as we see our team kind of holding that left side. You'll heal orb that, yep. Healing underneath beat, man, how the... Even this, right? Just annoying. Do we call this? We should call this. We should call this now. We should call this now. We should call this now. Any Moira players in chat just spot that? Any Moira players in chat spot that? Back in the day, you used to not be able to fade during coalescence. So one of the little tricks that they'd say is you might as well use your fade to reposition yourself and then use your coalescence. The problem is nowadays people still have that autopilot even though you can fade during your coalescence. So he's in a fine spot here now. He should coalescence read how the enemy team moves around his coalescence, either to focus him or to avoid him, and then fade afterwards. The problem is he fades and then Cole's just, I don't know why, he just does. Does Cole timer pause during fade? It doesn't matter. If you don't need to worry about min-maxing with an 8-second ultimate, you need to instead worry about the fact about, is it going to get LOS'd? So it's just funny. He's like, he got that muscle memory under the pressure of the match of just fade then Cole, even though that hasn't been a thing for like 2 years. But at least he chose the right perk. It's good. I love the tankiness there to not use your fade versus the Bastion chart to trust yourself. Yeah, this is exactly why you're playing Moira. That self-sustain, that ability to hold a flank basically by yourself. I mean, look at this. This is, he's saying, one of the best tracers in the world, dumping a clip in his head. Just doesn't even care. Just doesn't even care, man. And he just doesn't even care. Well done. This is pretty good. It's pretty good, man. Yeah, Juno is atrocious. Wait, time out. Juno with Cat Bastion. Hang on, you might be right. You might be cooking something. I didn't even notice that. And they stay Cat Bastion. I'm not going to talk about it again. I already complained about it. Wait, he goes reversal. Woo! Dude, he goes reversal. Ah! That's great. Dude, he goes for the wrong major perk, bro. Okay, so timeout. To talk about reversal for a second, it is a very good perk. It allows you to keep sustaining yourself and teammates, and even to win 1v1s much easier. However, it's competing with one of the best perks in the game, which is the fade perk. You go longer, you go higher, and you can manually cancel the fade with fade perk. Fade perk is just too good. Reversal's fine, it's just competing with a better perk in all situations. And especially in a map like Flashpoint where the ability to traverse an extra, what is it, like 5-8 meters? I don't know how much further you go with Fade, but it's a good chunk further. It matters a lot, especially in a situation like this. So this is a mistake, but it's a funny mistake because this perk isn't actually so bad. It's just funny. 30% fired? Okay. But yeah, this is good. Little setup here in the lane here. Lane theory going on solid here. Moira, see, this is the thing what Moira can do. Bap couldn't do this. Bap would go, Malga smells blood. Bang! Any ultimate used here, Malga just fades. Like, Lamp is just not going to keep you alive, right? Moira, just run away. Nothing stops. Mobility is the true defense cooldown here. Right? Even just the scouting, that knowing that they're there, you know? Reversal value incoming. This is where, yeah, I mean, he did a little early there. The idea is there, yeah, you know, like, which is like heal orb and then let it go. He needed to let it go a little further. He's not even using the perk right. But yeah, he disengaged. He flipped the map. Too much backspin. Yeah. And even there, it didn't fade immediately. He's like, hang on. One of the big mistakes with Moira is you really want to try to layer defensive cooldowns. Like, if you get pressure, try to fade or heal orb first, and then have that. Don't do both at the same time if you can avoid it. But, yeah. He forgot the reversal there, but I don't think it really matters. Fade. Now we have heal orb. Does he remember to reverse it? Let's find out. Let's see how locked in he is. I think he did. Yeah, I don't know. I actually can't quite tell there. He's pulling it a little too soon, you see, because it rips away before Quartz is fully healed. So he's trying, he's just using it incorrectly. Not the best fade there, but yeah. Okay. Hey, honestly, it could be worse. I am simple. You have my attention. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby so far. Yeah, you see, he even fights the muscle memory. Damage orb. But it's like, no, you already have ult. You don't feel ult charge, right? The pressure's meaningless here. Nothing matters right now. Because the fight isn't starting yet. It changes R when he reverses. That's what I thought. It turns that darker color, I think. Yeah, mark the tracer. A little bit of heal spray, And they're going to cheat. They're just going to run it right down with Cole. Does he reverse the orb? Nope, doesn't need to. Yeah. Okay, cool. This is fun, guys. Am I the only one having fun? How come you guys aren't having more fun? You guys need to be having more fun. I'm having fun. I need you guys to be having more fun, please. Some warrior values heal botting, genuine question. In this particular situation, yes. Notice that he's not positioning passively, though, sitting in the middle of his team. He's holding an angle and pressuring here. Yeah. You having fun? Thank you. So, yeah. Remember, the rule of support is not, do I damage or do I heal? The rule of support is, where do I hold? The decision is made for me based off the situation. You understand? His Lucio is doing a lot of aggressive stuff. Lucio doesn't do enough healing for this team. So Moira's going to do it. But if everybody's full HP, you better darn believe he's damaging. It's not about damage versus healing and support. It's about the position that you take and controlling the space. And then making the decision to damage versus healing depending on the circumstance. There's no damage to be done here. So why on earth would he do anything else other than heal? I actually don't like that damage orb. I actually think damage orb spam in this composition with speed boost is really risky. I think you might need the heal orb when fights are about to start. So I would prefer if he held the orb there. It's not about min-maxing your orb uptime like it might be in ranked. As long as he doesn't orb now. If he orbs now, it's a mistake. This is where Moira has the range limitations of Moira are awkward. He's like, we need to back off. We need to back off. Do we reverse it? Do we reverse it? Wait, come on. Remember. Hey! All right. That 30 extra healing. Does he reverse it? He might not need a reverse orb. Oh, yes! There it is. Reverse it. It's freaking good, guys. This is... Look at the angle control here, you know? Look at the angle control here. We're off on the side here. Lucio's marking Sode. This is really good. Moira can do this. Bap cannot.
You're broken. May I?
It's good.
I offer something more.
This is a guilty pleasure, man. I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna want to watch this a whole lot of this, but it's pretty good. Pocketing his Soj, disengage to height, holds the right angle with Soj Ram. Damage. What's available? And he's playing really safe here because they know that they've got a bunch of ultimates and they're not really planning on taking this fight, honestly. They're being very ganky. Why does he fade off? Is it because he hears the Soj above him? Yeah, I think he hears Soj taking the top. Maybe? It feels like that's what he's anticipating there, which is fine. Heal Orb hits Yubi. Trying to not get railed right now. Your Ram's... Oh, no, he bounced the orb off the wall. Wait, timeout. Wait. Did he reverse it? What happened there? That should go through. No, he just reversed it. He was just spamming it so much, he just reversed it. I mean, he's positioned correctly, but... And so he goes, well, he's dead. So let's get a trade here. Oh, wait, I can keep my Soj alive. And he does. Cole. Now, I know somebody in chat's going to be like, he should have orbed into the Coalescence. But I think at this point in time, he's like, dude, I don't have time for the animation of orb. I have to keep this guy alive. And so I think he probably should have orbed there, but I understand that the range of that pressure was probably more important. Heal orb. Flip. You might even want to flip the map in there. This is such a ridiculous fight for TM. The fact that they made this as sweaty as they did with their comp is just such an unbelievably amazing moment. I might want to look at Stalker Reaper there just for giggles, but notice he's not fading to them. He's like, you know what? I can't. If I do, I'm dead. So instead, I'm going to try to get a trade here. I don't know why. He should have used Heal Orb there. That was probably a little bit of silliness, but he's like, just focus on controlling your angle, your lane. Again here, right? Like, focus on your lane, your angle. Trust your teammates to not be morons. Yep, there it is. And now he's like, okay, as long as we don't get traded, we win. So let me just give up space to keep myself alive. And then now I'll just focus on what my team is on. This is good, man. Really well played by TM as a whole, but yeah, it's good. Alright, right, let's watch the Reaper here and we'll finish off. That was good. That was cool. All right. Orb reversal. All right, Stalker. All right, Stalker. What do you got for me? I'm still so confused why he goes Reaper here. Like I think Sojourn's fine. Wee. It's fine. Wait, that was it? Am I stupid? I am. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Funny. All right. That was fun. Questions? Anything I missed? Why was the meta so diverse in this tournament? The bans. The bans and the fact that once you removed Cat Bastion, a lot of teams really didn't know what was good. So one of the nice things about the frequent patches is that when you introduce bans, and a meta where a lot of teams know that they're inferior at it as well, then you have a lot of teams that are going to try to duck and dodge around that meta, and there isn't really a clear meta underneath. So yeah. Thank you, Cactus Puppy, for the OPR. And like I said, maybe with Hottie, we will do some Ryan v Ryan study some other time. I don't know when that will be, but that's a potential plan here. Sorry, logging back into my account here. Yeah, Hottie is playing, and they're doing World Cup stuff, I guess. Internal server error. What are you talking about? Is it a Twitch thing? Now I go back to lurking? Sounds good. Oh, weird. Chat and stream broke? Bizarre. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, shoot, you're right. Yeah, that's weird. That is strange. Dude, I don't understand OBS sometimes, or Streamlabs, or whatever is at fault here. I do not have the understanding. Do TVNT run with Hottie? Probably, yeah. Quick play? Exclamation mark clap. Oh no, my favorite mode is gone. We'll do a couple games and we'll probably... Dude, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. I didn't play ranked on stream today, man. We got so much done. It's like the old days. Why not Overwatch Classic? I do not enjoy Overwatch Classic. I do not enjoy Overwatch Classic. Wait, Sarah Lee sent me something, or posted something. What is this? Oh my gosh. That's so much ult charge too. It's like wait, Oh, it's not even that much ultrage. I thought it'd be more than that, but that's still pretty impressive. I love that we just have like 4 different angles of this. I don't know what's so funny about this. Why is this? That's comedy gold, man. All right, what do you guys want to see? You posted in Patreon, Sarah. I saw best sleep I've ever seen. I don't know. I got clickbaited. I'll change stream channel after this. Yeah, if you're not playing like Doomfist or Sombra or Release Mercy or something, I don't really know why you play Classic. I mean, you're allowed to like it. Doom to Honor the Iceman? Ay, ay, ay.
Our future will be forged in
We'll
conflict.
get through it. Taking breaks is overrated anyway.
To you, maybe.
Kind of like the old Farah. You sick freak.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort.
Warrior excited. No, Mamma mia. What happened? What happened here? Like what? Where did they go? What happened there? I cornballed it. No. Pocket rank. Basically.
Odds are against us. My ultimate is charging.
Hawk would probably throw by now, yeah.
We need to move that payload.
I see one.
What's going on? Why are they just not looking at me? Am I... Okay, got it. Freaking damage orb that. Frick off. Frick off. I didn't think you've had it. I didn't think you'd have it yet.
We're outnumbered.
Oh.
Meteor strike.
Goofing off and move that payload. Ultimate ready.
Power is nothing without a plan.
Reverse the tide!
It's just this game is so weird, no? Oh no. I think I just am in like in a new player lobby and there's like a high rank player. Mama. Poopy. Like the Ryan's good, and I think the Mizuki is pretty good too. I feel kind of bad for bullying the Widow, to be honest with you guys. Feels kind of wrong. I'm not targeting her, but she's just there.
Challenger. I can't fight all these battles.
Gosh. I'm good. Let's frick her. You got her one. I lost my one.
We're outnumbered. How rude. Get the payload moving now. Meteor strike.
Who? I did not mean to do that. I meant to zoom out and I accidentally clicked the wrong button like a fool. Quick, Lockie got lucky, felt a disturbance in the forest. Wait, was that not a punch? Oh, I thought. Nope. Oh my gosh. No, what the frick, man? No, I chose the wrong one. No, I didn't choose the wrong one. Holy frick. This frick's fine. Thank you. Please, just a little of that sauce here. Bro, like it's just the Sierra, man. Ha! Frick off. This character is so freaking annoying. Brainless damage vomit. I tell you what.
Tactical visor amped.
Fall back.
Fine.
60 seconds.
We're good.
I see you.
Ah, Pooty. Frick. I'm the worst player in Overwatch history. I'm the worst player of all Overwatch time. Will be Juno ult? Use it, lady. Please use it. Widow got her revenge, yes. Use it, Juno, like we're loose. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, we got it. Yeah. Okay, we got this, guys. We're good. We're fine. All is well. I think he has shatter here. The hubris, the sheer hubris. Oh gosh. Here's the skill shot, quote unquote. And
Meteor strike.
I actually meant to land on the truck. That was my bad. I did not mean to land there. I landed on the low ground. How many Sierras have you coached? Take a guess. I want you guys to think about what type of Sierra hero Sierra is, and then decide. Frick off. Wait, I already have my... Okay. He's a new player. I told you there's a new player in the lobby. I can't play him.
Play of the game.
Well... Funny. Too good to think need coaching, so max 5? Zero. I've coached 0 Sierras. Zero Sierras. I mean, like I said, that was a mixed lobby. I was the guy thrown in with somebody else's friend, you know. So it was fine. It was just funny. It's quick play, so they're gonna chill with it. DHL drop. It's like that bronze unit ult, remember? Oh yeah, I do remember that. Li Yang. Alright, we'll do one more before we end stream. What do you guys want to see? Bum.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
What you thought, honestly? Yeah. Ryan? Alright, GKP. I'll do another Ryan for you. I'll do a proper Ryan. As this shows the skill ceiling, yes, I will play it at the skill ceiling. No, that's actually going to confirm my point. When I play Hazard horribly, you'll be like, oh yeah, this thing must have a skill ceiling. Because even a genius like Spylo doesn't play it well. Team?
Quick on our feet, hard to defeat.
I'll protect you, friends.
Sure, she's level 700. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Maywall. Hi, look at me. See? See, look how dangerous I am. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, wall. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I should have pinned there. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. You guys saw it. That's a bad fire strike. It was a gamble because I knew she had Blizzard, but wait, I'm smelling it. Oh. Oh. Almost. I should have blocked that. Probably should nano am right here. No! I thought I missed the Winston. Mind controlled? Almost. How are we losing this, man? I should have been out of that pin on Tracer, man. That's just disastrous. Sushi, thank you for the 6-month subscription. How are you, mate? We're all right. We'll put a point here, I think. Get ready to disengage, depending on what that Winston does. Almost. Oh. Come on, bag me. I got you. No, I knew that was gonna happen. No, shoot! Literally just a split second too late. God, I don't think I can anyway. Rod. Well, and this map looks so different. Yeah. Doing pretty good.
Score 0
Crud.
to 1.
That shatter. Oh man, it's so close.
What's on the docket? Winning, I hope.
Oh.
Keep in sight. I'll have us in and out in no time.
Ah, just knocked out my own earbuds.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Do a little self-healing here. zoning backline. I'm zoning backline. But I have stronger uptime. I'll fan off to this corner here, because I kind of want this corner. I can also force point, and then recharge my shield for a sec. Nah, I can't get out there. I mean, I'm resetting. I can't get out there. I'm full surrounded, half HP, and we're down 2. I'm not going to give ult charge for free. Just stagger. Can force point now. Nice job, team. Nice. Oh man, truly we go this way. The problem now is now we can't even focus the guy. Because, yeah, I was gonna say the entire team's here. That's a crazy stall. Okay, you're about to keep falling out, man.
Well done.
Didn't drunk drive Ryan. Shut the frick up, man. Okay. Mind controlled. Oh, I thought I had her. Just jump. Oh man. Got him. Just focus on the highlights, guys. Focus on the highlights. Ah, almost got her, or almost saved her. Pull my resources to me. I think we can punish that. Yeah, we can. Force point now. Yeah, field point. I'm doing a little bit of chasing at the moment. Nice. Big fire strike. Big shield bash. Nice hammer. We got some chip damage here. Mark the choke down. No Suzu. I can just hold here. Oopsies. Ooh, nice.
2, 1.
Okay, honest question, guys. Honest question. Before I pull up the replay code,
1.
did I really just completely whiff that shatter, or was it like kind of borderline, like what happened there? Honest question. Like I will trust you guys. I will trust you guys.
Reinhardt,
I will trust you
answering
guys.
The recall is not my idea of hanging it up.
I had to show. Otherwise, your life would be far too easy.
And what a shame that would be.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on one second.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
You know what? Voices. Hey, just shoot the Winston, man. He's by himself. No. Now I have to leave point, though, because we're going to lose the fight otherwise. Man. Watch this. Intercept. I'm trolling, my bad. We were down one there. Shikibi doesn't miss shatter? Yeah. Who? How are we losing, man? Yes! I got it! No jump, baby! Worth! I'll be. Wait, why don't. He spawns faster than I do! Ah, freaking. I could have. Wait, I could have canceled that pin. He didn't have jump. What am I doing? Wait. I'm smelling it. Trust my team there. He should die. He could die. Might die. Heck, man. Disaster.
Play of the game.
One DPS game, sure. Wow. I should have played Winston that game. That I would have won that one. Okay. All right. Hang on.
Ready for battle.
Bear with me. What do you guys want to see for DPS? Wait, I'm already in. We're almost in. What would be fun? Ashe?
5, 4, 3,
I'm the last one you'll
1.
ever
Round
Check this big brain play.
capture the objective.
You guys never see this one. I'll tell you what. It's alright. We're good. Why am I dynamiting that, man? I was too close. I was too close. Can't even light yourself on fire properly? Yeah, well. Yeah. Okay, chat, we might have to swap to something that I can play a little better because my team is getting dumpster fired on. This is the second round of Koth, and that's why I think my other DPS left.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
Focus our attack.
This ends now.
Taking the objective. Anyone in?
I should have actually played for the kills there. This game's lost otherwise. Okay, we'll do one more. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Defeat.
That was kind of a travesty to begin with. I do want to. Okay, we're going to see the shatter moment here.
Ready for battle.
Heroes never die.
I mean, it's not. That's not that that's not even close. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It was pretty close. I don't think it should have hit necessarily, but it wasn't as big of a grief as we thought. Cheers, Identity. Good game, mate. Good game. There is their world. Yes, exactly. There is a world. I don't know where that world is. I don't know if we'll ever see that world, but it's out there.
Vote for a map.
I don't care. We'll do Neutral City, sure. Ugh. What do we play in New Junk City? Or Dorado, I guess. Sounds good, GKP. It's always fun playing with you, mate. We don't really care that much, I don't think. Pugs is more of a fun thing regardless, so you do you, mate. We'll try Ashe again. We'll make it work.
I'm the last one you'll ever cross.
Come here, will you?
Thanks. Let's get this show on the road.
Master, how do you maintain your tranquility?
Take care, GKB. Super
Endless
mate.
battles.
Ashe gameplay? Yeah. We're gonna finish stream with this. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be so tight.
Breathe.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Here, Venture.
Start the payload.
Oh! Trying to merit him.
Look a gift horse in the mouth.
Payload advances. As it should.
Thank you kindly.
Ooh. I don't think I win this duel, actually. Not with my aim, certainly, but I had the drop on him, but he doesn't have fall off and you can spam him.
The
I
enemy
can't.
outnumbers us.
What is Zen doing here? How does Zen only have 280 damage?
Someone's gonna pay.
Too close. Now I understand the movement aiming. Tips on Ashe? Don't play it like I do.
I ain't a quitter.
Oh, I have remote detonator. I'm stupid.
Pass into the iris.
Oh no. Big boss, big boss, big boss, big boss. Super nice split force there, even if you don't kill the Zarya, I think. Should cause off your base kit? Probably be broken, to be honest with you, mate. Dude. Yeah, I thought I was gonna get healed, but then I also just ate a couple of Genji shurikens in the head. It just took too much burst, I think. Kilo. Oh. And Moira, I didn't know she was there in time. No. Stop. trans, buddy. Why are we not trancing, man? Nice. Perfect. But we're just like unable to get out the choke. Backline is not keeping themselves alive and not using their ults either.
I ain't a quitter.
Same in for Blade. I mean, at this point, yeah.
Major patch unlocked.
That's a fun pack.
Well, there we go. I'm still gonna die to it too. Oh man, this is rough.
You won't get the best of me.
Yeah, out of the bag.
Excavation initiation! Now to show them that I mean business. My ultimate is ready.
Let's keep it moving.
Here it comes.
Into the iris.
Nice. Oh,
Bob, do
that works
something.
stressed. See? We get kills off of that, surely. I'm gonna swap. What would I go here? Just recast. Some more fun. Mechanics are more fun for me.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
Sky.
I have never seen a cat die more to melee characters in my life. I was way too close to this Genji there.
Nice try, Twinkle Toes.
That's really close.
Progress on the payload.
Patched up. How you work?
Minor perk unlocked.
No. Oh no. I got caught in a reload.
Eyes sharp this time.
Excavation initiation.
Light, nice. I'm dead. Came out with too much shields. What HP were they at? Yeah, I'm getting 325 shields. Good game. Well, chat, I'm gonna end stream there. It was fun. It was honestly kind of nice to have a normal stream again. It's been, I mean, literally almost like a month and a half now, I guess, since we've had a normal stream.
The game.
GG. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back on Thursday. I don't really know what the plan is on Thursday, but... Or Saturday. But, maybe we'll have a review with Hottie. Maybe we'll do the Domino sponsored coaching. Maybe we'll do some React slot. Not really sure, but we got a lot of boxes checks today, which is really nice, so... GG's.